Hello. Hi. So we're on my custom server at the moment. We're just checking for teamers. I think what we're going to do is we're going to take a couple snapshots here and there, and then we're going to go to the PC and kind of compare those a little bit, right? And then we'll try to recreate some of the ones that were in the announcement and stuff. Yes. Yes. And we'll be answering any and all questions. What's up? Hi. How's everybody doing? No, yeah, the title is just, yeah, we're excited for the next gen stuff. We don't know if there's a beta or not, but it does kind of make sense. Like I said in the video, it would make sense for them to run it even though they may not even need to run the data on it. I think it would just keep us entertained. I think if it does come, I think the earliest would be May. What's up, Toxic? What up, B? Hi! Trying to get VIP, but my posts keep getting deleted. Okay, Dalton, I got your back. If you would be so kind as to leave your gamer tag here, and I'll get you right now, okay? Yeah, YouTube's been extremely weird. So, it's not you. It's definitely YouTube. So, yeah, if you just want to leave your gamer tag now, I can get you on the list right now so you don't have to wait. What's up? What's up, Conquer? What up, dude? Oh, you saw, I put the post on one of the videos saying that Unity 6 is for realsies. That's kind of what we meant by, you know. It should all make sense. You say Toxic, but it's have to be nice to Toxic. Be nice. Dalton, if you could post your tag in here, that'd be great. If there's a hashtag in it, just leave it out. Hi. Okay, so let's try to go to the gas station and recreate. Dude, I always the organization for this is like not exactly the same as the one we're used to on PC. Dude, where do they stick? Where are they putting the hazmat suit these days? It should be... Oh, it's armor, I bet. Okay, instead of a tire. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. And then let's get a Timmy in there. March 26th is when RCE Rust is first trailer in 2000 May. Year 6 came out in October. Are the stars aligning? Ah! Well, I was just saying, well, you know what Razor had said to you previously without divulging too much, but it kind of lines up with what we were talking about, how we're like, yeah, sometimes it's not always the most accurate. But he is right. They typically do talk about it with the date version, but essentially the product has two versions. It has the number version and then the date version. Internally, probably in programming circles, they probably call it, 2000 whatever. He says, do you think they would even put English into the game? I think if they do, it'll be an option we turn on. It seems like they had it as an option, but then they kind of removed it. So kind of hard to say. The capability of them turning it on is there. I don't know where they stand with it now. Dalton, did you here in the chat? Can you put your gamer tag without the pound sign? We'll get you hooked up. Okay, let's go over to the. I think the one that's popping out in my mind is the gas station one. Is it the gas station? Gas station. I always go to a tire for the. Man, I am off. These categories are almost the same. Yeah, it's like, ah, man. What am I doing? Whipping. There we go. Timmy. Timmy. There it is. Hey, buddy. Alright, don't fall down. Dude, I'm playing this like it's dead side. What's up? We say, it says, "What's up, Jade? How's your day going?" Great. How's the move going, Jedi? I know. Well, here's the thing, Toxic. And again, if we want to sit down and have another content session, if you know what I'm talking about, dude, I'm down. I like us talking Rust shop. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Broski reacts. Thanks, man. I appreciate the super chat, dude. He says, "Is there a beta date?" There's not. There's no official announcement on the beta. We're just, pumped out of our minds for it. I have a feeling. I think Toxic's right. I think from what he said earlier, if I'm quoting him correctly, or he was summarizing somebody else. But anyways, it was from Toxic. I think he's right. I think it's going to be later. I think the full release will be probably Q3 this year. And I think we'll get an announcement in April. And then if they do roll out a beta, it will most likely be in May, as it will be the anniversary. Now, that's kind of like logically where I'm seeing things going, but it could be anything at this point. They could roll it out earlier. The more I keep looking into it, it looks like there's more and more progress than what they had prior. They're still missing quite a bit, but it doesn't mean they couldn't roll it out. So, as I said prior, I think the move, even if they don't need to do a beta, they should. If the planned release is around September, they should do a beta just to hold us over. You know what I mean? Let us shop the reason why we should pay for the upgrade. Ooh, I said it, dude. I think that's reasonable. I hope we get invited. I hope we all get invited to the beta. I hope it's not just me. I mean, I'll take it, but I hope it's everybody because this game's fun with other people. So I think if there's going to be a beta, I think it's going to be for everybody. I don't think we'll get any special treatment. And if we do somehow only have access to it, I'll make sure I stream it and answer as many questions as possible. I don't think that'll be the case. So I think if they do a beta, I think it's going to be for everybody. Now, okay, here's a thought. If people do the pre-order, and I don't know if they're going to do that or not, I'm just throwing ideas out there, then maybe they would open up the beta thing, because then it's like a guaranteed purchase. But we'll kind of have to wait and see how they do it. Yeah. I bet the trailer is I bet the trailer's in April. I think Toxic's right. 100%. Well, let's not forget, guys, if we keep leaning on them, stuff happens earlier. Just saying. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Dude? Okay, let's go find the gas station real quick. By the way, this is my solo duo trio 2X. Is the beta right now? No. We're going to be comparing this version and the other version, and then answering any questions about what might be happening. The video I currently have that's pinned at the top kind of covers what we know about the beta or whatever. It's a big question mark still. Yeah, Toxic's right. Yeah. If they're as far behind as, well, not far behind. Okay, so when they first announced it, kind of in my mind, I'm thinking September as well. If they drop anything beyond that, it would be literally the worst time to drop anything in the gaming space, right? Because of the whole GTA thing. I think dude, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah, buddy. Dude, I gotta take it. Dude, whoever is on my server with that, dude, high five to the internet, dog. That's dope. Screenshot. Yeah. Well, just remember, and I won't harp on it too long because I don't want to be overtly negative or anything, but Toxic will back me up on this. The Rust Discord, even though it's labeled as the official server, and it's not run like day-to-day by any Rust employees. As a matter of fact, they're volunteers, I might add very angry volunteers that don't get paid at all. And I think they take that frustration out on everybody else, especially creators, when they should be focusing it on Double 11. It's like, look, I get it. You're mad you're not getting paid, but like, don't poop on the creators and stuff, or they're just mad they have to answer questions, and it's like, guys, you're running a Discord. It's community. It's part of the deal. So I think you'll find they don't really like anybody who does any content creation because it generates more quote-unquote work for them. I think it stems from either them trying to be creators and they're mad about it for some reason. I never really understood that. It's like, look, man, literally there's no barriers to enter. If you want to be a content creator, you can do that. I'm not getting in your way. Toxic's not getting in your way. No, neither is anybody else. And I think where it's really coming from is they're mad that they're getting paid, or they're not getting paid, and they've been doing it for 4 years. I get that, but like then again, I'm not 13. Do you know what I'm saying? I learned that lesson a long time. Oh, dude, that's dope too. Look at these guys. Nice, dude. That's dope. Hell yeah. Man, these guys are ready when we have cars and stuff. Oh, dude, that's legit. Oh, it's RP too? What? The Aqua Bridge, shut up. Dude. That's dope. That's trippy. Has anybody done this before? This is the first time I'm seeing this. That's wild. That's crazy. I love it. This is not a PvE server. This is definitely a PvP server. That's dope. Nice work, boys. Nice work. So, yeah, well, it's kind of... Okay, so I think this is the best case scenario for... hang on a second. I had a couple notes here. Hold on. Well, okay, let me finish my thought about... Sorry, I'm all over the place. I doodle messages, man. To finish the Discord thing, it's unfortunate the Discord is like that. Really, I keep telling people, I'm like, look for people with double 11 next to their name. And even then, they're not really privy to saying anything. They always go through, like, tweets or their dev blog. They don't really release anything early, not even to creators. So look for double 11 in the name, and anything else is kind of noise on that Discord. It's sad to say it because it is so big, and it could be awesome, but I think since they're getting all the free work out of them, they don't really want to... Like, for them to adjust the toxicity... I think it would be more hassle than it's worth, and that's kind of why it's existing this way, and it's slowly getting worse. But yeah, just kind of look at it as that. Just some people that are very upset about agreeing to do free work, and they don't want to give up their perceived power. Oof. Anyways, moving on. I think our track record speaks for itself. We're not perfect, but dang it, we're on the head a lot. Am I right, or am I right? No, this is just wishful thinking. It's most likely going to be beta, let's be real. They'll probably have the pre-order thing. We'll probably get a discount, and that way we can kind of play with it until then. That would be the smart move. Kind of following their track record, I think it kind of goes along that road. It can be good, but it's very negative, yeah. There's literally one good mod there, and everybody else is super toxic. Like, to everyone. Not just me, not just toxic, but to, like... all the creators, like literally I don't think they like anybody in there. And see, that's the thing. It's like, it's confusing because it's the official Discord, but it's not run by employees. The employees post announcements there, but literally I don't even think they look at the Discord. And if they do, it's very limited. Because if they did, they'd be like, wow, this is super toxic. Because the very rules they post, they break on a daily basis. Like the mods or whatever. All the Discord mod memes you can think of apply. 100%. Yeah, it's truly noise. So yeah, it is what it is. It's kind of... I said it before. I was like, it's kind of wild. Like, if you want to be a creator, like I said, nobody's getting in your way. Like, and I think that's what some of the mods would like to be or are trying to do, which is like cool, but. Why would you go to work for a place and you're like you just show up and then you're like, hey man, so your coworker's like, hey man, welcome to work, and then one guy's like, fuck you. And you're like, whoa, dude. All right, I guess we won't have lunch. Shit. It's a wild, dude. That's the best analogy I think I can make. You're just like, why would you conduct yourself in that manner? It's like, don't you want to be in that space? Why would you be a dick? We're not dicks. We could be, but we're not. To those individuals. But anyways, I don't want to harp on it. Because that's the thing with negative people. Like, if you engage it at all, you kind of fall into the vortex. And I don't think Toxic or I roll like that. So, we're out of here. You know what I'm saying? Bam. Oh, shoot. Let me check for... Do I have my blinder on? Okay. I got to check for teamers and stuff. Okay, did I miss a question at all? I'm sorry, I went on a rant. Okay, we've got... Okay, that guy got rated. We're just checking for people over teams of 3. Ooh, Reforger update on Thursday? Hell yeah. Dude, Toxic, buddy, I know you're a busy guy, right? We should shoot more content, and then we should take a night and play Deadside for funsies. Your thoughts? You should come. I think you'd like it. Mandate? Question mark? Circle 1, yes or no? Okay. Did I miss another question? Okay, so if somebody comes in, just an update. No official announcement on the beta. We're saying we're waiting here because we're waiting for official news. But things are kind of aiming towards it. I think if they do go that route, it might be with the pre-order / discount thing, or maybe they do drop the beta before anybody has to spend money, which would be smart. As I said in the video, I really think the strong move here is even if they don't need the beta for like fixes or data, they need to run it to keep our interest if they're going to drop it in September. Now, the other alternate reality here is that maybe they drop it in May. They've been really close-lip about everything. You know what I should do? I should hit up Face Punch's community manager, Erin, and see if I'll give her a little bump to be like, hey, you got any inside track? Because I know they kind of have their hands in this project too. Obviously, they own the IP, but I might just go over their heads and just go right to the source. You know what? I'm writing that down. Because we might get what we need out of there. Where did I stick my notebook, dude? Hang on a sec. Dude, I'm so scattered. Right, hold on. Where's my small notebook, dude? Where did I put it? Hold on. Yeah. What's up? Rob says, love you, man. Never stop. Thanks. Says, Dejected says, if they have weather like PC, as soon as it's playable, says, I would love that. Yeah, actually, the plan today is for us to have the discussion, talk about things, theories, what we do know, what we don't know, and compare some shots here, and then go over to PC, since we don't have access to the next gen, but we kind of do because it's PC. And kind of maybe recreate some of the shots to kind of show you some of the difference, because I do think there's a lot missing. It's still a vast improvement, but it could be as easy as them just adding a few of the HDRP layers, and it would clean it up real fast. I can't remember how they're all structured and stuff. Anyways, talking too much shop. We'll look together. Okay, that's a lot of names on here, but it could be because they got rated. Okay, yeah, only 3 people there. Good. The beta has not been announced. We are waiting on the official word, but I think to go back to what Toxic was saying in his video, I really think he's right, because it seems like they're slow rolling this to keep people's interest. That's kind of like the marketing move. And yeah, I think everything's kind of angling towards September until they tell us otherwise. That's where I'm setting my expectations. Obviously, I think myself and the community will take anything sooner. Yes, please. Or, as I said before, the alternate universe is... I really like seeing these pyramids. The alternate universe is that they have way more done and they release it and then they start improving it as they go. Because if there's enough feature sets in there and it's stable, I say launch it and they keep building it. Like, if it's $20, you know what? Should we make a... Let's make a poll. Dude, sweet bases, guys. Holy crap. I'm always impressed every time I fly around the server to check things out. Yeah, we should get polar bears. Pretty much, I think almost everything's on the table now as far as the PC version. I really do. Because if you have if you're basically freezing one branch of development, which is essentially what they're doing, they're keeping the pulse alive. So they're doing fixes and then server wipes, bare minimum. But if everything's switching over new content to the next gen stuff, you've heard me say it a million times. I don't think there's anything that next gens can't handle in the game. Now, Unity's dog water for performance, but next gens have a lot of horsepower, so they can handle it. So you may not see excellent performance like you do on the Unreal Engine, but it's still good. So I know a lot of people go, well, Arc is like this, and then this game's like that. I was like, yeah, I get what you're saying. And believe me, we want the better thing, but, you know, those are completely different engines. Unreal Engine's got the more dollars behind R&D, so it shows, because that's the engine that runs Fortnite and pretty much most of the gaming industry right now. It's a great engine. It's got all kinds of performance. It's great for cross-platform stuff. You know, like Fortnite or not, but all those people buying skins helps the development of that engine big time. They were already pretty far ahead, but that just catapulted them into the next stratosphere. It's good. Now they just have to not screw it up, right? Bungie, Activision. What was the other one? I'm sorry. Well, Bungie's kind of slowly slipping into the abyss. What was the other one? Who's Ubisoft? That's the other one. So all they got to do is not screw it up. Are we getting similar door skins, see-through door stuff? That's up to the creators that actually do it. I don't know if they have somebody in-house. I think they outsource it from time to time. I was under the impression they outsource it every time to kind of get new blood on it. I don't think so. The licenses are they're different. So DLC on PC doesn't necessarily always translate exactly over here. It has to be part of the core game, unless they reworked their contract recently, but hard to say. Okay, let me do this. Am I missing any questions? Gentlemen, anybody? Ladies? Loot Goblins? Yeah, make an EU server? If there's enough interest, certainly. Is Toxic still in here? What do you think about that mandate and Deadside, dog? Just stream it, dude. We'll have fun. I'll show you the zones you need to block for privacy, but other than that, you can just roll deep. I think it's like 20, 30 bucks. Heck, you could even stream it on the demo, and then you don't even have to pay any money if you want. It's fast paced, and we're complete idiots. It'll be great. So I don't want to rush it, then it'll be bad. You're right. But here's the beautiful thing. They have a foundational piece already. They understand the system, the engine, a lot. They understand the specifics to this game and the engine. So because of that, I think they can move a lot faster. A lot of things are already in place. It's not as easy as just moving from container A to container B by any stretch of the imagination, especially if it's Unity 5 or 6. But still, they cut off a lot of time when they do that. And seeing some of the stuff they have, I can kind of guess where they're at. And here, let's not forget, the comparisons are up to number 25. I believe they use the team system, the Microsoft team system. So let's ask Pedro politely, be like, yo, dog, how about comparisons 1 through 24? Single file, put the bears in. Respectfully, your mom's hot. What? Shut up. What's the 4 or 5? Ah, that's insurance, my man. The boogie board, that was part of DLC, the summer DLC. And unless Face Punch has reworked the licensing for that, I don't know if they'll do that. Now, our guys can do that. They just have to make the texture map different. Like, you know how our skins are like similar to, but not exactly the same? It's that same thing for DLC. Unless it's all included. Like, somehow they put all those building skins in for the update here, then we would have those, because then Face Punch gets that cut. It's like a way to entice, if that is indeed true. And it's beautiful. We didn't sign the NDA, so we don't have to worry about. We can talk about all this stuff. You know what? Let me try to find a. We'll try to just recreate this the best we can. This will be a good comparison. Let me kind of put this right here. We're going to try to take a couple snapshots. Oh, like the bridges and stuff? Yeah, yeah, you're right. Essentially, they took the prefabs and then they can place those after the fact. As a matter of fact, let me show you. Okay, good example. All the terrain, I wish we had I'll show you on the PC, remind me. So if you're looking at the terrain, this flat surface here is called terrain. It's literally just a plane and it's dented everywhere, right? So you can kind of see it's just a flat sheet. Then there's prefabs, like terrain prefabs, things like rocks, right, depending on the biome. If I go under the map here and past the normal, or we're on the opposite side of the normal, you can see part of that prefab. And you'll notice the prefabs are not identical, but there's a set of them, and they're rotated, scaled, and moved around in different locations based off the seed. You can actually see it quite well under here. So like those type of terrain prefabs are like building structures that you can, if they let us have access to them fully like we can do on PC, you can place them anywhere like you can place recyclers. So that's kind of what that is, but it's also like, that's why we kind of knew they were up to something, especially the trains. Like, I don't know if trains come in for the update or for the next gen thing, but they're coming because that next gen procedural thing is like what that map was built on initially. Because you'll see we don't have the same formations here. It's the old terrain generation. We have some of the terrain prefabs, these rocks and stuff, that are kind of similar, but not really. So like you'll see the erosion and stuff. I'll show you when we go over on the other side. I have much more granular control. We can show you what's going on. Okay, let me find this. We're so busy and excited to talk about this. I gotta find, we're trying to recreate some of these shots. How do you get in the beta? It's not been officially announced. We don't know yet. I would expect an announcement in April if they drop it, and then we expect it, if it does drop, to be probably in May, but again, that is very loosey-goosey. We're putting it out there in hopes that maybe we steal their thunder and we push their timeline up. You know what I'm saying? They don't like it when we tell everybody first. I'm pretty sure their metrics are based off their website traffic. Underground tunnel is something I've dreamt of as getting for literally ever. Yes. I'm telling you, okay, so before we go over to the PC to do some of this, I'll go, or like remind me, chat please, because I'm scatterbrained as heck today. We'll go to the donut map and we'll show you what we're talking about with some of the erosion. And then I'll show you how like we have these old terrain prefabs on that new terrain generation. And literally there's a spot for the, actually, you know, I have it on tap. Hold on. Here, let me show you. Oh, I forgot I can fast travel. I'm an admin. Pfft. Oops. I guess we're kind of close. Do you think anything the leak is real? Yes, 100%. Now, there's probably bits and pieces. Okay, here's realistically probably what happened. Somebody probably leaked it from the office, or somebody who NDA signed leaked it. I think that's more likely. And I think the person that did drop it, because I'm sure if you're a smaller channel and you don't have any like real life experience, you might take that deal. Or maybe you just might take the deal. Don't realize how bad it cripples you, or maybe you don't care. But somebody got it and then realized they couldn't talk about it. So maybe they wanted to share it with everybody. So they added some extra information to be like, well, that was just me guessing. That wasn't the real list, and shuffled it around a bit. But the problem is there's areas that are way too specific, like it's an internal document. We have ways to analyze things. It looks more like, you know, like the devs communicating internally. We said it was part of the Microsoft Store to give some cover. We don't know who leaked it. But that's most likely what happened. Because we had Pedro confirm some of it, but not specifically what it was. He basically confirmed that it was a fragment. Fragments. Maybe some now, maybe some later. And I was like, that's all I need to know, brother. I can fill in the rest. Oh, sorry. Zerg says, I asked my question 7 times for no answer. My bad. What did he say? He says, G-Portal can't handle U.S. servers. What's going on with the community server hosts? I don't know, sir. What's wrong with the community companies? G-Portal can't handle the US hosts. Yeah, G-Portal's been having a problem. I think it's more configurations are pretty rough. over there. Okay, so we have a lot of things on the fire here. Let me kind of talk about. Okay, this spot here is literally going to change like a lot. As a matter of fact, let's try to get a shot right here. This will give us a good idea. Now we'll show you on the donut map what we're talking about. So this is going to be like this spot here is going to turn into a road. This will change here entirely. There'll be like another pile of garbage, like an old car, and there'll be a turret sitting in the back of the truck. And here will be where the terminals sit in, the Underground Railroad system. And I think I have the overlay built. Okay, right there. That's from the donut map. And then, or no, I'm sorry, this is from the PC version, and you'll see on the donut map that they'll match up. Those are missing on this one, but we're currently on the main live version of Rust Console Edition, so old. You can see the build on the left. This will change drastically in the front. Even if they don't add cars or trains, that, because part of the map generation system includes those punches in the map. There has to be, so like you can see in that overlay there, those white areas, those are cuts in the terrain where that shaft goes down, and then the underground tunnel system connects everything. So there's like, inside those tunnels are trains. And then later on, they connected the surface trains to the subterranean trains. We might get them in chunks, we might get them all together. It depends on when they started that process. If they kind of start it on next gen, it will probably be all at once if it's not too much to do at one time. I'd also like to see modable terrain for players someday. That would be nice. He said December 31st, 11:59 confirmed date. Oh, okay. Again, I hope it's not that late, brother. I know you're kidding, but it seems like they always kind of pick the last possible time, huh? So we'll show you on the donut map where this sits, because this is drastically different in the front. But you'll see that like we have this old stuff here, but you'll see that the terrain has been built to handle the road system, which is the modular stuff. There's been a lot of road improvements for vehicles. And then you'll see like a gravel spot. They've done a little bit to kind of smooth it over, but literally you can see a patch, no grass, in a place for where the procedural generation is making room for terminals. So if they don't put it in with the initial, it's going to be relatively soon, especially if they're doing monthly updates. Hold on, let's recreate a couple of those shots. I gotta check on something real quick, and then we'll pop over to the donut map. We'll talk about that patch again. I talked about it in videos, but it's kind of nice to see, and maybe people have questions. And again, if I'm not seeing all the questions, I apologize. I'm trying to keep up. Oh yeah, I can fast travel. Pfft. I keep forgetting I can do this. Yeah, I was pressing buttons from dead side to make that happen. What the heck? I wonder if I should have my keyboard plugged in to do this. Oh no, I'm getting munched. Now there's a bear next to me. Get out of here. I think I should have my character up further. Uh-oh. Here's the other thing too. Because they had I don't think they knew about this until like August or September of last year. This change. So I think they are trying to rush before what do you call it comes out, GTA. Because let's be real. Let's be real here. Hang on, let me look at the... I'm close, but I'm not terribly close. Okay, I think I know where it's at now. Is it a Boolean? Yes, it is. Okay. Boolean. We're probably standing... that looks pretty close. Probably aiming this way. I see the line in the dirt, so we're probably aiming this way. Did they pick a point on the... maybe they did this. Let's see. It's pretty close. Deja vu, anybody? Then what we'll do is we'll take a couple pictures here on this current live version, and we'll go compare it to the PC version. And then we'll go compare it to some of the screenshots they have. Because remember, essentially we have 3 versions. We have the version that's currently running. We have PC, and then we have the next-gen version that we're comparing. We don't know. Most likely they'll probably drop a trailer and announce it in April. That's the gist we're getting. They'll probably announce that. If there's a beta, they'll announce it then and the date, and they'll probably say what the price point is and the discounted price point, probably in April. If they do a beta, it'll most likely be in May. It is the anniversary. Says, y'all think Dead Side's worth buying? If you like open world survival, yeah, dude, it's super fun. And remember, it doesn't have to be a DayZ versus Rust or Rust versus Dead Side. You can play all 3 of them and have a good time. You can actually play Dead Side 2 hours for free and see if you do like it. And if you do, it's like 30 bucks. 25 bucks, 30 bucks. It's fun, dude. Now, the building isn't as refined as Rust, obviously, but it's super fun. Each game brings its own fun vibe, play style. I think they're great. I play all 3. All right, let's pull this up a little bit tighter. Okay, am I missing anybody else's question? Dude, the chat's going. I usually like to keep up on it. Again, I apologize if I'm missing people or they're repeating and I don't see it. Oh, it's $19.99? Okay, cool. Well, USD it's like 25 and after tax it's like 30 bucks. That's what dude, I think a lot of games should do that so we don't have to worry about buying trash. Cuz like we've been screwed over by these AAA games far too much. I get why people are reluctant to do it. We're pretty close. I think maybe he's over a little bit further. Yeah, probably. Is he crouched or standing? Yeah, I think we strafe more. Okay, sorry. We're just trying to recreate that screenshot. Boys! It's a little tedious. I apologize. Make sure I'm invisible. Okay, I'm not trying to mess with people's wipe right now. Trying to do this with little effect on the server. There he goes. He has it like up by... I don't even know what the buttons are to zoom in. It's so clunky. Oh, the bear in the background? Yeah, he's piecing him out. And then we get the bear thing today too. It's almost like... That's what's in my thumbnail. See, the thing is, this version is murky, flat. I would say this is flat, and the next gen version does look a little flat, but that doesn't mean they can't add those extra layers that wouldn't make it flat. It's just there's different layers that are like in a sandwich, right? That make Rust look the way it does, And I think some of those have been missing. Obviously, they remove those things because it's overhead for the older systems. And so you get more performance by removing that stuff. And we're so used to seeing it, and that's just the way Rust console has looked. But if you compare it to PC, it looks muddy. It looks flat. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about when we switch over. Looks brown. Yeah, earthy. Poo. Shit, brindle brown would be a word I would use. What's up? What's up, Bob? I was wondering if we get to keep the skins. Yes. The kins. The skins. Just make sure. It says when it... Oops. Next gen should be... We should get the announcement in April. They are saying that they're going to talk about the price point. That one's pretty close. Now... I don't have a way... Well, we do have a way to spawn in tugboats on PC, but guess what? They disabled it for us on the console version. So we're going to have to find somebody's tugboat. Ugh. But that... That interface is slow. Okay, let's fly over and see if we can find a tuggy somewhere. Did they figure out what they're going to charge for this? No, not yet. We're going to find out in April officially. I think a lot of stuff is going to, like, we're going to have an idea of what this pathway is. We may not get the full roadmap. We might. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Before we do that, let me take a reference point here. And remind me that we're at high noon. Let me stand at the corner of this. This would give us a better... Oh, jeez. Dude, I looked at old screenshots of Rust Legacy, which is before Experimental came out. And dude, holy shit. This game looks so bad. It was so fun, though, so it didn't really matter. Somebody shoot me? I guess we don't have to detach, do we? Okay. Sorry, I'm so used to doing this on like a keyboard on the PC, and this is very slow. All right, let's do. I guess look at this poll. I'm trying to remember what's in our new harbor. Obviously, a lot of this has changed. Maybe we look at the corner of the stairs. How about that? That's good. Okay. Doo-doo-doo-doop. Okay. Reference achieved. Now let's go over and get another point here, because like my harbor is, I don't think it's in the desert on PC. And let's maybe stand here and then take a reference point. I know it's tedious, but it'll be worth, I promise. We'll stand up here by the light, and we'll look at the corner of this building because there's a lot of the harbor that's added in the back. But we'll get to see the differences between buildings and such. Let me get a little bit more down here, maybe halfway down, right there. Okay, that seems pretty good. We gotta aim towards the ocean because we need points of reference, because like maybe this is in the winter biome. Are they adding higher map pop? That they have not said. Next gens can handle it, but again, it's Unity. So I don't know. Like, I mean, obviously they can do it on PC, but I don't know how much they over like. This PC has a lot of like extra horsepower that it can just kind of throw at the problem. So I don't know how much Unity leans on that. If it does, then it might be a little bit pinched. But if not, hopefully it opens it right up. That's what she said? He said? Alright, let's stand here, and then let's look at the bottom of this pole. How about that? There we go. And we're at high noon because I have the admin thing on. What about cross-platform with PC? They haven't said that. I would be super reluctant because the whole reason why we play Rust Console Edition is to avoid the type of hacking and cheating that happens there. It would blow your mind. It's unreal. Without harping on that too much, if they did do that, it would be cool, but please give us an option to shut it off, because when the cheating wave gets bad, and it's usually in summertime during the summer sale, spring sale, summer sale on Steam, because that's when all the hackers buy more accounts because it's cheap. It's so bad to play at that time, and I don't want our version, like, yes, we have cheaters and they're annoying, but like, I don't want that, because it's like, then I'll just play PC with more frame rates and I'll get cheated. Do you know what I'm saying? If they do it, please give us an option. Oh, is that a rib? Yeah, basically our water is just a flat plane with animated textures on top. I mean, to oversimplify it. Let's see if we can find a Tuggies. Yeah, no crossplay of PC, yeah. Plus there's like, it's not a unified thing for movement. It's not, because we can strafe with speed here. You can't strafe with any kind of speed on PC. Plus, the recoil is way off. It's different. It's similar but different. And then there's some things that are completely, like, not even in. They would have to do mouse and keyboard support. I hope they do mouse and keyboard support for this game at some point. I don't know. I mean, I know that their stance on it. They basically don't want anything to do with it. But then again, they didn't say they're going to do next gen, and then Facepunch is like, yes, you are. So if they do decide to do that, that would be great. I think it would help alleviate some of that script kiddie mouse and keyboard adapter people. I think it would help. It's not going to remove it, but it would help. And some people legitimately want to play with mouse and keyboard, which is fine. I don't have the exact same thing going on here, but you get the idea. And then theirs was probably... because a lot of what you're seeing in the trailer for the rib is like dusk or dawn, and there's a lot of cool colors there. It says we also get slapped. What do you say? It says, I'm gonna say they probably won't make crossplay because they're two different games. Because it's yeah. It says at the moment 90% of people are on Zim anyways. Right, right. So like, why not just bring the new recoil in to kill all the scripting crap, and then give people the mouse and keyboard options, so hopefully it takes most of those assholes and takes them off the servers where people are playing legit, like us. Yeah, dude, it's super annoying. And dude, it's so funny too, because like when people go, they're like, yeah, I'm just good, I'm cracked. I was like, brother, you're playing mouse and keyboard. We've been playing PC Rust for 11 years. You don't think I know when I get my nips tweaked by some of them NK? Come on. Come on. You're crazy. I don't see a Tuggies, man. I guess we could check the harbors, but we did just fly by there, didn't we? Hey there. I didn't think to look in the spawn points. I just figured they're never there. Alright, let's try this. Let's go on the outskirts of one of the oil rigs. So yeah, if you're joining us, we're just taking a couple screenshots here and there. We're going to do some comparisons. We're going to go over to the PC side, but before we do that, we'll hit up the donut map to look at a few things that are different than they are here. Well, Shasta, dude, I don't see any boats. I guess it doesn't really matter. I just would like a sample set from here, but I'm not currently running a board that has... I don't currently have a tugboat captured on the console version. I have some bases down in the wild, but I don't have any tugboats, believe it or not. Usually we do. Well, dang it. Alright, what was I doing? Okay, so tugboats are off the table. What was the next thing? Is there any time frame for a release date? No. The only thing we know is they're going to talk about the price, the discounted price, and probably the price and other things in April. If they're going to talk about price, they need to give us a reason why we're going to pay 20 bucks. So most likely we'll know what the feature set is. And if they're going to drop the beta, we'll know about it then. And then it'll most likely be in May. Oh, this will be a good one. Check this out. So like, oh, jeez. I'm guessing they're going to do the beta. They want to seal the deal with more purchases. See if they need to make the adjustment, because there could be a lot of people that don't want to pay, and I understand that. Okay, yeah, this will be a good one, because we'll see Airwolf. And you'll see, like, because we don't have those extra environmental layers, things like the fog here is kind of faked a little bit, so things look soupy. I think you'll see more of what it's supposed to look like. You'll see. When we can see these side by side, you'll go, oh yeah, that's what that is. Now granted, I have my brightness jacked way up. Yeah, I could show you the raw images when we cap them. I'll get a balance because I know I run these a little bright because the way my capture card is. Okay, so the tugboats are off the table. We looked at this for a second. What else? Is there any other spot that we can like compare directly? I'm drawing a blank, dude. I'm thinking of like everything else but. I'm trying to think of something that's just, well, the harbor looks great, but also has some new additions to it. I'm sure we'll think of more later. A beta is absolutely necessary, especially if they are wanting people to pay for the new game. See, that's why I'm kind of saying like it is happening, because it's like 80% chance it's going to happen, unless they're in the straits of dire and they don't have a functioning product right now, which would be a little scary to be honest. Which means we're probably gonna have the latest possible date. But again, they can't wait around the window like fourth quarter because GTA 6 drops. That would be the worst time to sell anything that's game related, like that's new. Doesn't mean that games are going anywhere. It just means that the player base is going to be distracted for a while. That's all that means. $20 is better than 50. Yeah. So like think about this. It's an excellent point. So if they're going to charge us, they need to have a good reason for us to throw the 20 because we already have a game to play. So they're going to have to not just put one feature in, they're going to have to put like a nice little pile of stuff to be like, yeah, you want that? You like that? You like that shit? So it's going to have to be some banger stuff. Probably helicopters, probably cars. And if it has one mode of transportation, it has to have a lot of other things that go with it. I think Airwolf, which pretty much means all the air power stuff, would be a big one. And then if they added some monuments and some other features that we want, that we've been asking for, which is, you know, cars, minis, hella, that would be great. If they've changed the harbors, that would be cool. Because then you have like a reason to drop that 20, 30 bucks. I think it'll be like the PTB cost. Yeah, I think you're right. When do you think it'll come out? The beta? If they do one, probably May. So it's crazy because Rust console old gen beta looks better than how it does now. Hey, you know what? You're right. They had to dumb things down because of all the stuff they added in the game. And it's because the old gens couldn't handle it, so they had to kind of remove things and scale things down. And that's why things look muddy. Textures look a lot more lower res. The LODs aren't as good. Yeah, like look at the texture map on the gun. Not great. I forget, what's our wheel here? I just hit it for dead side. Our wheel is it right? No. Is it? What's our wheel? Is it this one? No. I keep hitting dead side buttons. Why am I? Hold on. What's our? Oh my goodness. What's our emote? Well, do I have it shut off? Is that why I'm totally stupid? I think I have my emote wheel shut off. That's why I can't figure it out. Oh, you're right. Okay, thank you. Jeez, man. That was a struggle. I kept holding right on the D-pad? Down on the D-pad? Whoo, dude, just like a week in another game has messed me up. Wow. Don't look at me. I'm embarrassed. Okay. We'll pretend that didn't happen. I tried looking up the side-by-side comparison to the older version of Rust and what we have now. It says couldn't find anything. Probably didn't look hard enough. Well, the beautiful thing is we have a lot of comparison. We streamed, recorded a lot back in that time, so we can pull a lot of archives and just take a look. Oh, I know what we can do. This will look sweet. Yeah. I don't know because they're in different countries and stuff, and the councils kind of have a different rule set. I hope we get the little bandit car, dude. It's a part of the train system. Dome might be a little bigger. I think the biggest thing you'll see is that a lot of the underside of the dome was reworked for cars, but also the terminals. The road system has had many iterations on PC, and even in 2024. So like, there's been a lot going on there. Just because like the roads have gotten a lot more busy, right? Because the cars have had tweaks. There's motorcycles. There's all kinds of bicycles. Yeah, we should do. We should stand like right in the middle of the road here. Ah, now there's a base in the way. I don't want that. This would be a good place to stand. Don't fall. No! I'm so used to having a key bound to my mouse when I'm on PC to like just fly when I'm an admin. Having to go through the buttons is rough. The menu, sorry. The menu. Alright, that's pretty good. Okay, let's go hit the donut map real fast. It says, legs are now broken. Yes. Dalton says, I'm trying to get my VIP and my comments keep getting deleted. Dalton, if you could leave your gamer tag here in this chat, just make sure it doesn't have the pound sign in it. I can get you on there now, okay? Dalton. Dalton Gilly! Dalton, we want you on there, brother. Hopefully they don't patch the dome jump. Well, the thing is, they updated the dome, so it is going to go away eventually. And let's not forget, our recyclers will be shittier here at the outpost. We'll get less materials because it's in a safe zone. I personally am an absolute loot rat, goblin, so that hurts my feelings. All right, hopefully Dalton gets in there and gets it going. We're gonna go check the donut map real quick, if you would be so kind. Any word on skins getting transferred over? They will get transferred. I think Toxic was helping with that one, yes. They've officially answered that one. Okay, King of Master. Okay, I got you. Yeah, if there was a pound sign in there, YouTube blocks that because it automatically makes it a hashtag. So that may be why it didn't go through. And just make sure that your comment does show up on that official thread because it helps us keep track of the database if Jade Portal shits the bed again or if we have to rebuild it for some reason. It's just a nice backup. So please and thank you. Sorry for the hassle, dude. We're trying to nail in what's going on with YouTube and why that wasn't working. You should be on the list now, sir. I appreciate the support. Thank you. And even if you're in the queue now, you should go to the front because it just verified that you're in there. So it shouldn't take any. I mean, the most you would have to wait is like a minute. So you should be good. Thank you. I appreciate it. Dalton for the support. Okay, I'm not really sure what player I used on this, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we're just going to check out some things on the donut map, kind of bring it full circle, and then we're going to go to the PC side that we have already queued up, and we're going to compare some of those. And then the PC is going to start to look very close, this next-gen version. Now, it's not going to look exactly like, I think you'll see some of the stuff that we're missing. I think I can show this now. Ta-da! BSN. Thank you, Dalton. You should be in there, brother. Sorry for the hold up. So, yep, I know it's my first week on PC Rust. Yes. You had no clue about the recycler thing? I know, it's really, it's kind of new. It's maybe like 6 or 8 months old now. Maybe even a year old. Yeah, they did some balance changes. We're on the PC side. I'll show you some other things that they brought in kind of recently, too. They have like chicken coops and stuff. Pretty crazy. So what's cool, the exciting thing, when all this clears and we're eventually on that next-gen version, they'll have monthly updates, which means we're going to be at a good pace, and we're not going to have a lot of those limitations we had before. Like, yes, there's a limited resource pool, but the PS5 and the Series stuff are, yeah, Xbox or, you know what I mean? It can handle. It says, I don't want taxes to come into the game. Yeah, I know, right? Is there a release date on the beta? No. If they're going to do it, it'll most likely be, they'll announce it probably in April. Because if they release the price point in April, they have to release a reason why we want to either pre-order or pay any money for it, and what is the discount. Because they can't just be like, hey, it's in a box. You get better graphics, but we're not going to tell you what's in there. Like, I'm not going to pay for nothing. Do you know what I mean? So they have to have a good idea of what it's going to be. I hope they give it to us early and not like late April, because the waiting is making my balls extremely blue. All right, already you can see the erosion here on the shoreline. As a matter of fact, if we get in close here, you can they kind of look like, you see right here, it like shows up on the map. I think they updated this. The map looks like it had a couple changes. Didn't they add military tunnels to it? This wipes every 2 weeks. Hey, side note, I hope they bring in bi-weekly servers on the official. That would be freaking hot. The waiting's been killing me. I know, right? Like, literally, it's been half a year since we've had anything substantial, which is rough. We know why now, but still. Oh, by the way, Toxic, we have a copy of the NDA, too. Not that we really need to produce it, but if it ever comes into question, like, we really need to, like, be like, so, I don't know, somebody was like, but the NDAs are real. I'm like, I assure you it is very real. Why would we make that up? So, we have it. Not that, it's just, you know, it's in the back. Keep it in the back of your mind if we need to pull it up sometime, but I doubt it. Nobody signed it in our group, so nobody really doesn't affect us in that way. But still, it's kind of good to see. I haven't run a search to see if it's like a standard NDA elsewhere. Most companies kind of pull from like the same resource pool, so I bet it's either exactly that or it's a variation of it. The point is that NDA is way too general, and that's why I didn't sign it. Because we wouldn't be able to talk about anything. And what good does that do? Wait, where the heck am I right now? Oh, okay. Yeah, let's get to the outpost. This is probably going to give us mostly what we're looking for, so we can talk about it. Do you think we'll get an FOV slider? Most likely. Because the problem with the FOV slider now is the old gens can't do it, because when you open that cone up, you're actually rendering more. Because remember the vis range and stuff? Well, I don't think I can walk through that. I'm going to get the deeps. That vis range opens. Ah, jeez. It's a freaking wolf. Ah, jeez. I'm gonna have to place this. I'm gonna get munched in my back. I can feel it. Run! Well, see you guys in the feed. So yeah, the FOV sliders just didn't really work with the old gen stuff. Because you open up that cone and you're rendering a lot more. That's why a lot of people are like, ah, my frames suck. I was like, yeah, I know, but like people were describing frames that were crazy bad. And I was like, what's your FOV? They're like, 90. And I was like, brother, bring it down. You're on an old system. Don't do that. I mean, you can do it, but don't expect something to be like, man, I got these crack shots going. I was like, brother, your system can barely run it at 60 or 70. Why are you pumping it up? Essentially, you're opening up the cone, so the system has to render more. And if you have a head turn, you don't necessarily need it all the time. Plus, everything's so tiny on the screen. I usually keep mine at like 70 just because I stream. And it's like, you know, I'm not Shroud. I don't really need to pump it up that high. Makes me feel like I took 5 things of Monster or something. Not that anybody should do that, but you just like... How did that wolf not try to destroy you? Brother, I'm not questioning it. I did waste my sleeping bag, though. Yeah, this is actually like 4K, but it's not 4K. I guess it's scaled to 3.5 or 3K map. That's why things feel really open. The problem with scaling it up is all the points of interest, the nodes, the clusters, all spread out to some degree, so it's kind of a little too empty for me. So I'd rather take an actual 4K map where the things are populated properly. But maybe this is like the alternative for the old gen stuff, and maybe this is like, hey, you can get a little taste before we, you know, put you on ice. I was on console Rust for 4K hours. Now I'm at 170 FPS on PC. Yep. Good job, proud of you. Does the sky look worse? It's muddy. Is it just me, or does the sky look worse than the old gen versus the screenshots they're posting? Yes. What time is it? 6. It's about nighttime. Boo! Oh, jeez. I'm at the airfield, not the... Man. See what I mean? I keep thinking it's like 3K, 3.5. It's not. You'll see an actual default size. Oh, we can take a screenshot right here. Perfect. It's a little dark. We don't have control, but hey, it's better than nothing. Be nice if I had some elevation on it, but hey. Too far away. Could make some scaffolding and maybe look at it, but hopefully it's still here later. We'll call this one Tug 9000. What? We'll try to get it when it's daylight and build some scaffolding, because this might be a good point of comparison for us. It's too dark. I'll take a screenshot just in case this guy pulls away. Yeah, see, we don't have the ability to spawn tugboats because it would make the old systems unstable. Literally, you can spawn them on PC. I'll show you. I'll spawn 5 and let them... Now, it might make the server very unstable, but it'll work. When's the next gen beta coming out? If they do drop it, it's most likely going to be in May. We'll probably hear the announcement in April, is my guess. By all means, if they want to do it ahead of time, please do so. We need it. So you get shot. Yeah, 100%, yes. $170 frames on PC. Brother, you know your eyes don't really see much past 144, right? Like, you're actually running the extra frames there for nothing. You might want to cap it at 144. Kettles. Most people just let their frames go wild, but you can actually put that extra frame calculation into other things like it resolving objects on the map, which may help you land shots. Just saying. 170 is overkill, dog. Some people say 240, but it's like, I'm not Shroud. I don't need that. Brother, I can barely land a shot, let alone remember where I'm going. I hope it's something like PC, but they won't release everything immediately. Yeah, that's true. If we have a stable version, we have good content, and they stay on the monthly update and they talk to us, we'll be in a good place. It does make me feel better that Face Punch is involved in the announcement. And if they did rework the contract or whatever, I think they have better like guardrails in place now to make sure things move smoothly. So I'm excited for it. Hey, yeah, Toxic is correct. He says 2025. Yeah, that's accurate. Anywhere between now and the end of the year. Which is a terrible thing to say in March. But yes. Yeah, and that's an if. They may not do a beta, but I'm with everybody else. They literally have to. If there's any stretch of time that we have to wait, they need to for stability, but they need to keep our interest. Unless they drop it in May, and then in that case, bring it on. How can we play the beta? Most likely, they'll probably have the pre-order thing if they do it, so that way it's like you're kind of locked in. So if you have a console edition, you probably get it in a discount or whatever package they're going to put together is most likely how that's going to go. Until they say otherwise, that's kind of what I'm setting my expectation at. Razor sent me a picture of the woods. I was like, the woods. Do you think they'll change the recoil? I certainly hope so. Get rid of those stupid script kiddies. The ones that are doing that recoil crap. They're like, I'm laser beaming people with the handmade. And a scope. It's the cheater's toolkit, dude. The scope on a handmade. Get out of here. At least in here it is. They're just walking around like it's a freaking SAR piece. You're like, dude. That's an awful lot of confidence for a weapon that bucks like a Bronco. Giving away all my secrets for catching the cheaters. Literally, it's an M249 or a handmade with a scope on it. You watch them walking around like they own the place. You're like, well, let's look into this guy's data real quick and see if he's been cheating. Oh, 90% of the time or higher they are. We're waiting for daybreak. We're going to check the tug, and then we're going to check the spot over here. As a matter of fact, we can probably just light the torch and take a look. But I'd like to take some screenshots, too. Now, they smoothed this over with the recent update, but look. It's literally a square. You see that? And he goes out, and he goes over. Oh, did they move the guys? Hold on. They clear it out? I can't tell. So literally the terminal sits here. The road system comes around the bank like we were talking about, but you can actually see like the gravel and stuff for it that comes around and connects here now. You'll see. It'll make more sense when I show that. It'll be $70, 3 days. For us that own the game and have been playing it and buying skins, it better not be $70, even with a discount for us. If you're brand new to it, okay, fine. If you haven't bought the game, but like, we better get a Handy's if it's $70. Do you know what I'm saying? And even then, it's pushing it. Says exactly, new recoil will get rid of the free scripts and also make it more controller friendly. Yes. And then I honestly think they should embrace mouse and keyboard servers and just add it to the game for people that really want to play. And I think most of those clowns will go over there. Sure, there'll still be those scumbags who want to have an advantage over everybody else, but those are Those are small dick problems, you know. There's always going to be that. But it'll be less, a whole lot less. DayZ did the same thing. They have mouse and keyboard servers, and people play it over there. Says if they don't discount it, I'm not supporting them. I would understand that. I would. And there better be an awful lot in the next gen version that's like enticing for us, because we need a reason to do it. So yeah, I think a lot of stuff's gonna be answered in April. They better not blow smoke up our ass and be like, hey guys, did you know there's gonna be rocks in the next gen version? And then they have to wait 2 months. I'd be like, what? I never assumed Rust console won't screw up. You know what? You're not wrong. It's kind of like we've had 4 years of this to kind of know how it goes. So, yeah. Oh. Yeah, they better not do any dumb shit. It'd be like, hey, it's canceled, and say that on April 1st. You're like, brother, you don't have a lot of goodwill with the community. Don't be kidding around like that. Right? They better not do something that stupid. So just think about all the releases of Skyrim, though. Yeah, but it's not necessarily them making that decision. It's Facepunch. I don't think Gary would screw us like that. If they open the new gen with a crazy amount of content, then I'll pay. But if they give us minimal, I'll just go back to the other games. Already, it says they've already been blue balling us for a year now. Only Rams nailing it right on the head. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I think some of that list, not all of it, is kind of accurate. I think they took a lot of the things they had a hard time putting in, or they were planning on doing, like cars and minis. Like, we knew they were going to do cars. It was in our custom server config. Dude, the first thing Razor and I did when custom servers come out, because we're so familiar with the PC side, we plugged in our keyboards and we tried all of the manual commands. And we found some stuff. And it's like, we found what they blocked. And it's like, okay, you know, we told everybody. This is why am I banned on your server forever? Because you were cheating. I never joined the server before. Oh! Oh, are you sure? Okay, you may not join the server. If you're banned forever, let me ask you this. Are you a stream sniper? Yeah, that's consequences for your actions, my man. And I'm not just talking about a stream server. I'm talking about somebody who's dragging their nuts all over someone's porch. Yeah, if you were banned for stream sniping, you were doing it really badly. I'm sure I can look up the name and get a reference, but I don't care enough to do so. Yeah, you were probably cheating, though. Because that name doesn't really stand out as a stream sniper to me. You're probably cheating. But I banned so many cheaters, dog. You'll have to be more specific, but even then it's not going to matter, because guess what? It's for life! I love when people know how to get banned. Most likely, though, there's only been a handful of people that have been banned for stream sniping because they're just awful. But yeah, if you chances are you've cheated. I like the high percentage chance. Let's hear the reason. Yeah, if we had like, dude, if we get the underground trains, like the harbors, Airwolf, which means all the air power stuff, and the mobile vehicles in Junkyard, dude, that would be hot. That's I would pay $20 for that. I probably wouldn't buy skins that week, but I'd do it. This is no, I never played. Are you on my server? Let me see if this is the right server. Because you might be on a copycat server. And in that case, I can't speak to that. But if you're on my server and you're banned, it wasn't for no reason. Yeah, so essentially, that's a lot of days. So yeah, it's forever. We don't take those back. Our bans are based off of data. So it's not like, oh, I thought you were banning. It was like, I caught you banning. Or I caught you cheating, excuse me, so I banned you. There's really no way around that. Pretty clear about it. Anyways. But here's the thing, right? Lying or making up a story or whatever, lying in a way where you think that's how you're going to get away with it, or you think that's how the ban system works, I can assure you, if I care enough to look and you lie to me, it's going to be so much worse. I'll find your teammates and I'll ban them. You know what I mean? If they're playing with cheaters, we don't want them either, dude. Get them out of here. The best thing you can do is take your punishment and don't lie. Cause I've got the logs. I can go look, but I just don't give a shit enough to do it because I already took out the trash. I don't feel like rummaging through the bin. Feel me? Take it as a life lesson, brother. You were shoplifting. You got caught. Hey, guess what? Don't do it again. It's a dumb idea. Knock it off. Stop being a dick. Bro, say 100%. Alright, yo man's baby or whatever, like, let's keep it about the game. Honestly, if you keep talking about the ban or whatever, I'm just going to ban you from my chat forever, because nobody wants to hear you crying about how you got caught cheating, okay? Thanks. Okay, almost daylight, so we can finally see this thing. And then we're going to jump over to PC and answer questions, and then hopefully look at a couple different things. He's banned on my PvE server for griefing. Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, and we share ban lists too, so yeah. It's not for no reason. You got caught doing something. Alright, let's put this. I love it when they go, I got banned for no reason. I'm like, let me answer me this. I'm like, do you have a third-party device plugged in? They're like, yeah. First they lie about it, and then they go, well, I have it plugged in, but I'm not using it. I'm like, ding, ding, ding. Gotcha. Of course. Alright, we need to find a high point over here. What's up, DMV? What up, baby? I've been banned for offlining and griefing, nothing else. I don't ban... Nah, if you're being like... You're saying wild stuff, like wild stuff, I get shit talking, but if you're saying like some wild stuff that's like crazy, you'll probably get a temporary ban for that, or even a ban. But if you offline raid, and you're playing the game... Granted, people don't like offlines, but I don't ban on that. I ban on people using Zim, Zen, and all that shit. So, and like a handful of stream snipers, but the worst of the worst. So there you go. Look at that. Boom. Big old. Look at that. It's like somebody mowed the grass. It's almost like something goes here. Man, I wish we had like more ups. Wish I had some people here to like stack so we could look. Wait for the sun to come up just a little bit more, but we'll take the snapshot in case we need it. Beep boop. Then let's go over that tugboat and see if we can't make heads or tails of it, okay? $100 people on Xbox. Mowing the grass now? Does it say frames? Yeah. I mean, to be fair, though, there's grass around it, so it's already being rendered, so that patch is not really going to make a difference. Daryl says, I feel like griefing. Yeah, somebody else banned you on another server. I don't ban people for griefing. If you're making, like, the one Sybil from World War II, then okay, you might get... You're definitely going to get a stern talking to or banned for that, but that's, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's somebody being, going out of their way to be an asshole. Yeah, I don't ban for that. I don't ban for, griefing or raiding. Yo Man says, how do I get VIP? I mean, I would appreciate the support, but it's not going to let you in the server. Just letting you know. It's not going to like give you a pass to get in. And yes, I've banned many people who are VIPs that were cheating. It doesn't matter who you are. If you cheat, you're gone. That's it. We don't screw around. People have had to deal with that shit long enough. You have another account? Alright, well, in that case. Hold on, guys. I gotta take out the garbage real quick. Alright, garbage is taken out. Yeah, thanks for... Now we will look it up, and yeah, cool. Alright, so you're gone forever. Get out of here! Nobody likes cheaters, man. You're the worst. Dejected, I already got him for the other one. That's what I was taking. That's what I was doing. Yeah, I already done, brother. Done and done. Yeah, dude. He goes, Jenny goes, people never stop to amaze me. Never cease to amaze. Yes, yeah, 100%, dude. The amount of lying and like shifting around they do is crazy. What's this really about? It says all I've been hearing about is this is the stupid cheaters. Nah, it's cool. It's just some guy who was crying about getting banned for cheating, then tried to be cute, and then I got his other account and I got them banned too. So we're good. That's it. He's a nice shot, brother. We've been doing this for a while. He exposed his cards and we shut him down. Like I said, I keep all those receipts too, so like if I go to the backlog and I know what's going on, I can make that connection and then boom, they're gone. There's a lot of data in the background. Your boy's running the numbers. Thanks, Daniel. Daniel Jones. Okay, so if you're wondering, we're going to go over to the PC side. We're going to do some comparisons, but we're here on the donut map. We're going to look at a couple different things. We took screenshots. We're going to compare. We're excited. Hopefully they do a beta. They're going to announce some stuff in April, probably price point and what's in the package. And if they are doing a beta, we'll know then. Most likely it's going to be in May. I'm going to assume it's like a pre-order thing, but we don't know. Hopefully by us putting it out there, maybe, you know, maybe they're like, hey, we got to talk about it. I'd be like, yes, you do. How many people usually get banned per wipe? I don't really talk about methods, how many. Just know that I know a lot of people like to check the admin list. You'll never see me on the list, but I'm on the server. Like, I'm on the server now. People like to check the list and they're like, oh, I can turn on my cheats. And I was like, yeah, I totally see it. So, yeah, we take out. Let's put it this way: the ban list is quite large. Now we usually give out warnings for people teaming, and it's usually enough for them to stop. But if they're being really blatant about it, it's a perma ban. Like we've had people evade and try to get sneaky about it, and I was like, nah, we're not doing that. Most people, they're like, oh, that's my other dude or whatever. It's like, all right, but they get a warning. They get a temporary ban for like 6 or 12 hours. But I usually do it on live so people know that have been hit by 4 guys at once. Pause. That they can go retaliate if they want to because they know they're offline for 12 hours. It's kind of part of the punishment. Yeah, fuck it. We'll do this one. I think my it's pretty. Oh, I should have bought the hatchet. Why did I not do that? Shoot. Is this one 75? Yeah. Okay, we'll just get 100 wood. Okay. How's the server going? Great. It's been running for over a year. Always busy. G Portal is rough though. I think the configuration they have needs to be reshuffled or something because I'm constantly having to restart it or submit a ticket because performance falls off after a while. Just out of nowhere. Like, we're not doing anything crazy. The server wipes every week. That's part of the reason why we kind of have to keep that server wiping every week is because it can barely run when, you know, at full pop, which is not that crazy because I have a test server on PC through G Portal and I don't have those issues, but the configuration is different. Like, the default configuration is different, so I don't know. Whatever they got going on, they need to reconfigure that stuff. Yeah, it makes it cheap for us, but it also makes it wildly inconsistent. I hope we get Pine House. Yes. Stop cheaters. 100%, brother. I'm with you. I hate cheaters on PC. I hate them here too, man. They're the worst. I have no patience for that shit. One thing you can count on for cheaters is they always lie about it. Like that one guy just said he wasn't cheating, and he's like, "Oh, I have another account. Can I get VIP?" And I was like, "All right, so you were cheating." I mean, I already cross-referenced stuff and got his alt account, and I'll go back and look at the logs and see what he did with the other one, but I have a pretty good idea what he probably did. Cheating. Cheating. Plain and simple. Fuck him. I was cheating on PC. Where should I buy? I was cheating on PC. It's always bad on PC. The premium server thing I think is a good move, and then putting server-side viz range is a step in the right direction. To the point where we might even pop in and do a few wipes over there. That's why I don't give 30-day bans or temporary bans. I do permanent bans. No cheat. Yeah, if it's cheating, yeah, they're gone. They're gone. Now, if they have like, we have a solo duo trio. If they're like 4 or more, I tell them I lock up the base and you're on a 12-hour ban, and then everybody knows about it on the server. And then if I catch them again, then it's a ban. But usually when you show that you're enforcing the teaming rule, people usually go, "Oh shit," you know. How do you go about finding Zen and Zim? Yeah, we find the cheaters and we ban them. I can't believe people go out of their way to promote shit like Zen and Zim. Yeah, it's wild. It's the scourge on our games. Oh, don't make 10. Shit. Dude, Deadside has ruined me. Craft 1, please. I keep those... It's like whatever the shortcuts are like the worst combination for us on Rust right now. I keep hitting the wrong shit. Hopefully that thing's still there so we get a better screenshot. I think it's over here. We never give away how we find the console cheaters. They all try to act normal. Yeah, they think they can evade it. They can't. Oh, this is the cave thing, right? Okay, the fake cave. Right. It's funny to see like how they think it works, and so they kind of like lie and move based off of that. And I'm like, nope, I still got you. You know, definitely still cheating, and I definitely saw you. Yeah, it sticks out like a sore thumb. It's pretty easy to find. I think that would be awesome if we got a release in July. And it would be awesome if we got like a beta or something in April. That I mean, secretly I'm hoping for that. Yes, please. Because dude, we've had a drought. I have to get closer, I think. My legs. I gotta tell you, when we get the cheaters, they always lie, and then I gotta tell you, destroying their base and throwing the loot to the server and blowing the holes in the walls and telling everybody to come loot that base is the best feeling in the world. And then just watching it melt. The better is when they're watching when you do it. And you're like, you didn't deserve any of this. Hold on a second. Phone call. Hello. They need to release the beta. It's needed, in my opinion. Yes. I agree with you. Like, wholeheartedly. Yeah, I think they're going to need to do it, but also, like, it's going to help keep people interested if we have to wait. And I think, any amount of waiting, we still need it. Yeah, I think we find out about it in April, and I think stuff starts happening in May is my guess. You need to be able to lock cheaters. The old band chair, yes. Well, if we had more access to all the feature sets, we'd be able to. And maybe we do in the next gen version, who knows. I know why they capped it, because it makes the game unstable for the old gen stuff. Heck, if you spawn too many tugboats on a PC, you can make the server eat shit. Thought it was cool. Yay! Now we'll probably wreck ourselves and then just spawn somewhere else. And hopefully we can find some of the features and stuff. But you can see that these prefabs and stuff are a little different. Too bad I couldn't give my son my old console skins. Yeah, it sucks that we can't move them around, but we will get the... They will convert over. We don't lose them, we keep them. But yeah, if you want to give them away, that does suck. There's another spot that's kind of close to here. I mean, some of the shoreline is showcasing it, yes. Might be better off just wrecking ourselves. Yeah, let's do that. Huggy Wuggies. Are we close to something here? Some features? Yeah, these clips. I think, are we standing on it? Yeah, I think you'll find that a lot of the stuff is a lot smoother. Obviously, those little things have been added in, but are we close to that one like sphincter on the map? Hold on, it might be. Oh, we are. Okay, let's go there. You need to make a server called Only Zims. Yeah, my problem is I'd grief all the cheaters because I hate them so much. Here for the loops. You came to the right place. Ow. Yeah, we're excited. So we're gonna go over the PC and like compare some things. Only sluts. The loony poutine. I think I picked the wrong server. I might be in the wrong country or something because my latency is very high. Yeah, honestly, Deadside's been a lot of fun. And again, it doesn't mean you have to abandon Rust. Obviously, I'm always going to be playing Rust. Obviously, I've been playing it for 11 years. But, ow, damn it. It is, like, because we're in a drought. We're waiting for the good stuff in Rust. So, Deadside's been a lot of fun. You can play the 2-hour demo, see if you even want to pay money. It's like 25 bucks. Straight up. It's fun. Now, the building's not as good as Rust. There's some clunky stuff and some bugs, but it's fun. Rust was the exact same way in the beginning. Like, it looked like potatoes in some place or bugs, but it was so much fun we did not care. The loot's pretty plentiful. You can get right in and start clapping cheeks. The storage zone they have in the safe zone is the shit. You can sign out and, like, go make a sandwich or clap cheeks and, like, be okay and go, yeah, my shit's still there. That's dope. It's got cars. We'll probably be streaming it tonight. We're going to try to do some raid and stuff. Yeah, we're just dicking around. We're having a good time. It's a blast. And I'm like, dude, it's so much fun, and you can put it down and then pick it up. I'm like, dude, it might be in our like rotation on the regular basis. We'll be doing Rust, Deadside, and then other stuff like we always do. So you can see the configuration here. This isn't just like things added to the map. This is part of the next generation, well, the next gen procedural generation. Like this terrain is like built through that next gen terrain system. So like we're in this weird hybrid state of like having this old stuff with like old prefab textures, like some old stones, but like not the new stones yet. And that's how I was like, dude, we're definitely going to get a lot of the big time stuff. So it makes sense now that there's a next gen version. And we definitely know we're going to get trains at some point. It would be awesome if we got it for the next gen release, but we know that since monthly updates will be on the regular, you know, if we don't get it right away, I'm not terribly worried about it, because we'll get it soon enough. Did you get it in PS5? Yep. Deadside? Yeah, 100%. I think Deadside's only next gen, I believe. It's fun, dude. It's a lot of fun. You can like just get in there and screw around. And if you are reluctant to spend money on a game, because yeah, I get it. There's been a lot of duds. You can try it for 2 hours, and if you like it, then you just pay for it, and you're good. For a second, I thought it was Steam, where you can have like the Steam cash on there. I was like, oh, you can get it for free. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not. That's not for console, dude. Now the next gen beta version. Oh, yeah, that has not been announced yet. We'll most likely hear something and know what the full package is in April. We're hoping it's on the front end in April. Hopefully they keep trickling more information to us. But all signs are pointing to a beta happening, because if this thing drops in like September or even July, like we need something to bridge the gap. It's been over 6 months, or at least 6 months, since we've gotten any content or like communication. So, I mean, we've got communication recently, but we need something, man. I haven't gone this long in Rust with not having like new shit. It's weird. It's weird. It's wrong. Oh, $35 Canadian, so it depends. Yeah. Ours is like, is it like 25 or something? I don't know. After tax, it's like 30 bucks. For how much I played it already and how I have a hard time putting it down, I've already got my 30 bucks out of it, I think. Me personally. And get this, the actual like developer, like one of the executive producers, have come in 5 times And I'll just ask him questions, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this is coming, blah blah blah. We're doing this. We're excited for that." I was like, "Dope." I'm like, "Dude, I know I'm not the biggest creator on your list, so it's pretty cool you going around just talking to people." Game's not perfect, but dude, it sure is fun. New gen will save all RCE content creators. I mean, it'd be nice. I mean, even if we're still stuck in this old version, I'd still play. I'd still make content because I love the game. If I didn't like the game, I wouldn't make content and I wouldn't play it. Now, yeah, it sucks we have to wait. It's been 6 months. My Wicho is completely soft. But I love this game, dude. Been playing it on PC for 11 years. It's not going anywhere. I'm excited for the new stuff, though. It can't come quick enough. Okay, let's jump over to the PC side, take a look at some things, talk about stuff. I don't think there's anything else crazy on this map. They added mill tunnels, right? Yeah, there they are. Excavator! Have no illusions. This is 100% a test bed for what's happening now, but what's coming in the future for Rust Console Edition Next Gen. It is cool that it is available for the old systems, but have no illusions. Like, part of this terrain generation, the stuff that wasn't placed by hand, is a kind of a glimpse into what's coming around the corner. So, a lot of stuff. He says you kind of predicted the new gen version. Yeah, the only thing keeping me from saying it was going to happen is because I was like, oh, it has to be Face Punch that makes that decision and not Double 11. And sure enough, on that announcement, or you can see right next to Double 11 is Face Punch. I was like, oh, they definitely push this out. And I think this is probably the best way to slowly sunset the old version. Keep it active and alive and support it, but you're not dropping content. Because the problem is, if they actively kept it going, you'd have to have a whole nother team for it. And it makes it, you know, more expensive to run. All right, let's go take a look at some stuff. I think you'll see some differences here. Okay, I'm going to put this up. It's just going to spin for a second because I literally have to switch. But it'll come back on, then you'll hear me, and then we'll be loaded in, okay? Sound good? All right. You guys should be able to hear me. Sorry for the slight buffering. You guys should be able to hear me. Sorry for the slight buffering. That was just me switching over. Let me make sure there's no ding-dongs on the screen. Let me load this up for 1 second. I know you guys can hear me. You can't see me yet. I think I know what this is. Maybe. Hold on. You see a small box? I see some stuff. It says you already have early access for my dump. No. They haven't dropped it officially. We're kind of putting the cart before the horse. But I'm like 80% certain this is the route they're gonna go. We're just not sure on the timing yet. I could be wrong. Shoot, hold on. Sorry, I know you got, let me just do this so you guys aren't looking at nothing. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I gotta turn this down because my card captures the PC at a different gamma. That's more realistic. Okay, so right off the rip. Well, that was the official announcement, obviously. Let's just go. Oh, by the way, this is the reason why we're not allowed to spawn things like tugboats a lot. Watch, I can make the server get real shitty. That's why. Yeah, I might even crash it. I might have done one too. Oops. Yeah, and if it does like this on a face melting PC, you can only imagine what it would do. It'll clear up here as these objects start to clear. Oh, unstable. The fire's nice. And all of these are harvestable, so like this becomes an issue. Yeah, I think I might have just fucked the server up. Might clear it up. Yeah, so if they do let us spawn them in it, there's got to be some kind of hard limit. Because with consoles, they're very particular about games pushing it where they crash, where you can like recreate it, because then it becomes a threat vector for like malicious stuff, which means cheating and hacking and all that stuff. It's an entry point. It's annoying, but it keeps a lot of the garbage out that PC has to deal with that we don't. So you do the same thing with like tugboats. But you know, these are like small bases, so like the more you have, the crazier it gets. We're having frames because that's burning. Dude, it's bad. I almost crashed it. A little too many. I think my Xbox would explode. Exactly why. And it sucks that we don't have that control to do it. Maybe they do it with like an item drop and there's some kind of hard cap. That would be great. I think they did that with the boats, right? Did they do it with the boats, or were they going to do it with the boat? Anyways, it would be nice. Next gens can handle it, but like still, even with the high-end stuff and like a server that has more resources, we almost got it to crash right there. Whew, dude, my frames are still bad. Yikes. Okay, there it goes. It's starting to pop out. I think the outpost is over here. It is. Let's go to 3, shall we? Uh-oh. There we go. There we go. Green. So I'm running a 4th gen CPU, 12 years old PC, and says it can still run 60 FPS low settings. I mean, yes. Resources on PC and console are different. But I mean, the low settings are low. Okay, outpost. That's weird. Remember that corner we were talking about? This is where we were standing. Do you see? I mean, look at that. That's the entrance. There's a whole road, there's a small wall, and lo and behold, what's sitting right there? Man, that looks an awful lot like that clearing of grass that was in a, I don't know, box shape? Weird. More to the point, you ready for this? So here, and we can turn these on to some degree, I'm going to turn them all off. Well, that's enough, probably, right there. Boom. And then I could turn off the detail on the road. Oops, sorry, not the terrain. Jeez. Clutter. Is it default? There it is, default. Weird. It's almost like the exact same pattern that doesn't have the shit on top of it. Weird. It's because exactly that's what it is. And now that we're under the map, this is the shaft that's under there. That's what that cut does. It goes all the way down. And now we're out of the viz range for this. It's got like weird viz boxes that are popping in and out. But like the tunnel system leads here, and then this is what the railroad system looks like. We're going to get this. It's just a matter of when. Like literally we have the pieces for it sitting on top, or at least the hints that it's coming in. And these all interconnect to other monuments. And that's why we're going to see little clearings next to these monuments now, because every monument has a sub-monument, and it's a terminal, and it connects the entire map. That's where the elevator shaft sits here. Yeah. And now that we know we have next gen, which makes so much more sense now, this is like 100% real. Wah, plop. I'm going to fly around because I'm a cheat. Look at this. All right, so it's got some of the environmental box. Let me pop out of it so we can see it. There you go. You can see how the tunnel's kind of popping in and out of viz range. But you can see now, if we weren't under the map like this and looking past the normals, none of the top side of the map, if we're inside of here, is rendering. So this is 100% possible. But we don't have to worry about those really tight constraints anymore because we know this is most likely going to be next gen. Yes, that's what that hole in that ground means. And you can see the new road system, this little patch here got completely cleared out into something different because it has to be a cohesive-ish road. And that's the entrance to the outpost. Weird. So we're seeing two things here. Like, we have the old container with the thing on top. But, like, when they redid the roads, they added this little turnabout here with the walls. But then they added this, like, junked-up car. These actually were in separate stages. This came first, and then this came later. But they can all be all at once if it's part of the update that they're going to do. So, yeah, see how much that front changed? That's crazy, dog. So we're seeing the road for this, the gravel that's under it. Because remember, it's in different layers, right? It's is it default, and then it's clutter? Oh, I just killed the world. That'll do it too. But you can see how, like, the gravel on the terrain itself, it, like, follows that same shape. Those are the cuts in the terrain. Actually, you can see that little cut there for a second. So if you turn off the layers, you start to see how this is all kind of put together. Dude, my frames are eating shit right now. So we're going to see a big content update along with the new gen version? Yes, logic would say very much so. Here's the other thing too. I did notice this in the, actually, let me see if I can bring this. I probably have to mute it when I do it because they're notorious for putting music in that's copyrighted. I don't think they know any better. Okay. So, like, this is cute, but I still don't see them using the physics water yet. Hang on, let me get this in here. Blip. Blip. I don't see the physics here yet. The water is super dynamic here, brother. Look at this. Look at this water. Now, let's make it a bit more accurate. Let's do, oops. I typed. I wasn't in that. My bad, my bad. My fault, my fault. My caps is on. Hold on. This is what I get for switching keyboards. What is dusk or morning? Morning is 7:85? Question mark? Kind of. Well, first of all, we didn't have the sun going in, but, like, dude, beautiful color ranges, right? Beautiful. Look, do you see the waves coming? So again, I know they're still doing it in, like, testing and stuff, but if we get any level of this, and I don't see why we wouldn't. I mean, look, you see the waves coming in. So it kind of shows me where they're at. So I don't think it's going to be early. I think it's definitely going to be September-ish. And if they are going to do that, it would make sense for them to do the beta. Reddit stories. Please don't spam the chat. This isn't Twitch. We use the chat, please. Thank you. Do you think they'll allow PC next generation players as crossplay? I don't think so. And if they do, I hope they give us a switch to turn it on and off when we so desire. Okay, Reddit stories. I'm going to put you in timeout, okay? Is this for console? If so, how is he on PC? No, we're supposed to be getting stuff that's like this. We were going around taking screenshots and stuff. Do you think they add the gun sway like on PC? I hope so. Let's see. Dusk is like 1985. No, we need it a bit more bright. Maybe 18. Beautiful, right? Dude, gorgeous. Is it rib? That's BB, right? IBB? Rib? Fuck, how do you spell rib? Why was I spelling it that way? Oh, and also you see the motion, how the water is pushing it forward. That's a thing too that was added to the game. So yes, the water looks different, but it doesn't have the physics layer on top. It doesn't have the ocean pushing it forward yet. They got the foam and the detail, but we got a ways to go. And because of that, yeah, do you see what I mean? And if we look at the trailer, it's basic. Okay, so one way you can tell, look at that, right? And then here, let me turn this on. Let me turn off the water. Like, it's just a surface, like a plane on top of there, and then there's like, it's deformed by the ocean, and there's also a lot more like details and textures on top. But like the one we're looking at here is just a plane with some like different textures on top. I guess I just said the same thing, but this one is a lot more dynamic. Like it deforms to it, and man, it looks. I mean, look. If I get low enough, I think we can see it punch. Yeah, we can. As a matter of fact, I got a way to make it punch. That'll do it. Did it? It helps if I spell it. Wait there. Wait there. There we go. I was going to say, why didn't it change? Okay. Do you see how the surface of the water is changing? Here, let me stand here. So I'm not saying what they've done so far is bad by any stretch. It's awesome. But our systems can handle that. You see how it's deforming with it? What a difference. And that's why I say some of the screenshots look a little muddy, because there's a lot more of the HDRP layers that need to be added on top. Not saying we can't do it or that they're not going to do it. I just don't think they're in that process yet. But when you see when all of the layers are working together, this game is gorgeous. And you see what I'm talking about? Like, there's some surface movement here, but it's just an animation on a plane. Yes, that's happening here, but there's deformation happening, and there's like a pseudo like current system they have. Basically anything on the map. Here, let me. Oh, I'm detached. Hold on. Let me turn on my. There we go. Okay, so basically anything on the map. It's a giant circle, and they basically if you're out here, the water will slowly push you towards the shoreline. So it's not like a real current, but it's enough for the game. But you put a rowboat out here, it's choppy, bro. But what's really cool is as you get closer to the shoreline, because it's more shallow, you see more. It's like you can see the waves in the background, but it's not as wild because it's not as deep. Beautiful, dude. Absolutely beautiful. Like, I mean, look at that. Are you kidding me? Compared to this, I know we're in different, like I have weather and I have other things turned on, but we got a little bit to go. And you look at this and go, what? Beautiful. Unity looks beautiful, it's just not performant. Dude, just imagine sitting on a robot out here just fishing, dude, and chilling while the sun comes up. It's beautiful. You really feel like you're... It really sucks you into the game. No update. No update coming as far as we know. Most likely they're going to drop that there's going to be a discount, and they're going to say what price it is in April. That's pretty much the gist we're getting, and then if they do a beta, they'll announce it then, and we'll most likely know what the roadmap is for that release. Because if they're going to start to sell it or pre-sell it or give us a discount or tell us about it, then we have to know why we're going to be buying it. So they have to give us incentive to do so. Robot. I think they come at the bottom of the ocean now. This helps if I click the button, huh? There it is. Isn't that trippy, not seeing the water? Ugh. A little too open for me. So yes, I see changes to it, but you know, like I said, it's got a ways to go. Even if I shut off the weather, which is what dictates how choppy it is. Did I spell it right? One thing I am seeing in the version that we saw here in the preview or whatever. Forgot to pause that. Wake up, bro! It's 2025. There's a little bit of foam here, but again, it's that old flat plane. It's not like this where it's like super dynamic. It's beautiful, but not there yet. And this foam changes based off of what's in the water and where you're at on the shoreline. It's freaking awesome, dude. They added that in the last 2 years or so, 2.5 years on PC, so it's a lot of extra, so they'll probably add the other stuff first. But I don't see why at least these like subtle waves would come in, because like if they don't add the weather, we at least get this. Have you seen the bear today? I have. It's on the thumbnail. Yeah, the bear. You want me to find you a bear? I mean, look at that. The environmental layers that are on this, we don't have those yet, and that's why I think a lot of those screenshots look murky, muddy, or flat. We just don't have that stuff yet. But I mean, tell me that's not freaking beautiful, dude. Like, what? That's insane. Dude, my frame. My settings must have been updated with my driver or something, because I'm getting some dragging frames, dude, for no reason. I shouldn't be. Unity sucks, even on PC, dog. You gotta really run this thing like trim. Hold on. Let me get my... So I'm going to eat something real fast, and then we'll just have a little bit of music playing, and we'll watch the sunset or sunrise. Does that sound cool? A little ASMR. Shut up, Jade. That's ridiculous. Does that make a little bit more sense? Kind of tells you where they're at. So if we have to wait, then it would make sense. I don't think next gen could do 120. I don't know. It's possible, but on Unity, I'm more reluctant to say that's possible in Unity for consoles. To be fair, Double 11 has squeezed out a lot of performance out of an engine that's dog shit. So, and the old version too. So I'm anxious to see what they can do with the new stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna play some music while I eat some food. Is that cool? I'm gonna make this go. Shouldn't take me long at all. I'll have the chat up and stuff so I can see it. -1? Oh no, 0? -1? -1. Okay, yes. Okay, so our real time is sitting not in the morning. What did we have it at? It was like 16 something? Takes a second because the server is actually adjusting the time. Are you eating a fat burrito, dog? Dude, I do have cake. I gotta eat it because it's gonna go bad. Now, I think they'll add weather later. We'll keep it like this, okay? Is that cool? We kind of watch all the lights come on. I'll play the music. I'll be back momentarily. We're just... Oh, look at that. The gambling caboose is there. And then we're going to check out some more comparisons, okay? Hello. No, we're on PC comparing stuff right now. Talking about the possibility of next gen and next gen beta, excuse me, and then what that timetable might look like. I'm genuinely curious if they might have tested server load with on an island and ran uncharacteristically smooth. In your experience, they did. They had a specific test for it. Thank you for waiting. I had to eat some food. Okay. We're gonna go take some screenshots. Yeah, I can't type, man. There we go. Okay. Harbor. There we go. We're keeping stuff kind of the same as the screenshots, so we can kind of see what next gen looks like. Although I gotta go to the gas station to see. Was it? Yeah, it was the gas station. Sorry about the red marker. Dude, I ate way too much. I was trying to get it eaten fast. We're gonna try to recreate some of those to see what kind of stuff. I love how these monuments get really close to each other now. Okay, I think we landed right about here last time. And we were Hazmat and Timothy. Oh boy. Ah. Yeah, you see what I mean? We don't have a lot of those environmental layers yet. I think theirs was at dusk. Oh, man. Uh. It's later. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah. He says, when's the dead side stream? Yeah, later. Naughty boy. Bless you, thank you. Dude, when you eat fast, you're always like, ugh. So, the reason why we're doing this is we're kind of showing... So this is obviously PC, but things are going to be closer to PC when next gen hits. Not everything, but pretty dang close. And because of that, that's why I'm kind of here recreating these different shots here. But also for me to really dial in what layers they've yet to add in. I think we've pinpointed some of the stuff for the water, but we can get a better idea of where they're at in the production process. Because obviously they're trying to showcase the best of the best right now. And we can kind of estimate where it's going. Yes. Okay, let me be right back again. Hello, thank you for waiting. Thank you for waiting. Sorry about that. We should be good now. Okay, so we're going to take a few more comparative screenshots, answering questions to update everybody. There's been no official announcement, but we do know they're going to announce something in April. The price point, which essentially means they're going to say how much it's going to cost, what the discount is, and most likely a beta. And yeah, that's where we're at right now. They pretty much have to do a beta. I forget who said it in the chat earlier, but I think they're 100% right. Hi, guys. Yeah, I can tell the environmental stuff isn't quite there yet. Oh, no. Got my face. Something else interesting that they're covering up with the elbow. There's no... essentially, we've got this guy here. I don't see that, but his arm might be covering it, but I don't think so. I mean, guys, tell me this isn't the thing here. Oh, wow, yeah. A lot's changed. You have, like, the old front on that. Yeah, we got a ways to go, player. Pretty close. Okay. We're going to go hit some other points that we also took as well. Also, look at the map, or the map. Look at the detail on the weapon. Hello, Mr. Jedi. Is that Bandit Camp over here? Nope, that's Excavator. Excavator. Da-da-da-da. Bandit Camp, where are you? I don't remember. I think it's in the south. Oh, it's yellow. Okay. Now, this is an actual map. Default size, 4.25 kilometers squared. And you see what I'm talking about with the erosion? Bodies of water, canyons, they all share this new texture, or I'm sorry, terrain generation, which is the next gen stuff. And we have a hybrid of it right now on the donut map. And that's another reason why we're here, is to kind of show you some of these things. Actually, you know what? We can show you even better. Trees, gone. Now you can see how this is basically just a flat sheet with a bunch of dents in it, and certain types of dents that kind of show you different types of land features. But essentially when we say terrain, we mean this, it's literally a flat surface. Well, okay, it is a flat surface. Let me turn off the grass. Brush, bush. What does this count as? Clutter? Is it world clutter? Okay, yeah, that's world clutter. And then probably nodes too. Harvestables, okay. So you can see this is literally just a flat plane with a bunch of dents in it. It has texture maps on top. Again, I'm overly simplifying it, but you can see that the terrain generation, we have a in-between of this currently on the old gen stuff. That's what this is. Crazy, right? You can start to see how some land features kind of blend with everything else. And then other little details on top of kind of make the map what it is. So like, look, we'll turn on, is it clutter? Boom. Clutter, I think, is grass. Oh, see, look, these are the rocks. Haha, they're on top of. I forget, is it bush? Is that considered bush? World prefab, so like the rocks and stuff kind of show up now. But you can see how these are actually just like laying on top of that. and it gives you these different features on the surface. Harvestables and trees. Bush and default. I forget what's under the default category, but you get the idea. All these different layers sit on top of this to make the world map. Yeah. And there's a lot of features that carried over. All of these like prefabs, terrain prefabs, we don't have a lot of these. We're still using the old ones, but it's crazy that that terrain at the bottom is actually being generated right now on the donut map. Bandit camp. So if you get on the testing branch now and check out the donut map, you can start to see these erosion features, especially around big bodies of water. I think we're close to one now. Yeah, let's hit the pink one real fast. And by the way, once we do get trains, which we pretty much have is a foregone conclusion, it's just a matter of when they do go from surface to subterranean, this is what it looks like when it goes underground. Honestly, even on a bike, I think this tunnel is terrifying. Yeah, dude. Oh, wait, hang on, the light's got a occlude here. Or not. There it goes. Terrifying. Ouch. So you can see like that body of water that we took a picture of. Looks like a giant sphincter on the donut map. You can see that the body of water slowly erodes everything else around it. So you see those like gravel trails where the rain runs off. Bingo. So it's almost there, but not there, if that makes any sense. And you'll notice that we don't have these awesome rocks yet. So the terrain prefabs are part of that. So rocks in all their various shapes and sizes. So we have part of them, not all of them. So yeah, even like we will get these because we just saw essentially the entryway to this. Because it's not the old system, and it's not the new system, it's right in between. So again, it says a lot because you don't actually step that up unless you're building the other stuff and upping the like if other features require the new map generation system, you have to build off that as a foundation. You have no choice. Unless you rebuild something, and they're not in the business of doing that. So because of that, we kind of also know what's coming because there are certain features that came in with the new terrain stuff and other things that don't fit with that old system. That's why we're in this weird in-between place on the donut map. Interesting, huh? Dude, I find this stuff fascinating. I love it. And again, I like to take apart most things. Who doesn't? It's fun. There's another feature that was kind of cool here, and you'll notice that we went over this, but like the whole like node area, this really thick cluster, is kind of the same idea. You'll find a lot of nodes in that area, and what's really cool too is if you get down low, because this is more to scale now, you'll see that these rocks give you more opportunity for verticality, like just jumping around, but also like when you're scaling, it's not like a huge like rock face where you're like, dude, I can't make this. Different opportunities to kind of go, hey, I'll go through so you can be like, huh? You know? Duck. It's awesome, dude. This new terrain makes combat like crazy fun. It's a lot more interesting for building, but also when we have these vehicles and horses, we currently have horses, I think it's going to really spicing it up a bit. And yeah, a lot of this is built to do some off-roading in the cars. Just like when you take a horse off-road, you have to do a lot more dodging. It's kind of the same, I'm going to call it a mini game when you have to drive off-road. But there's incentive to stay on the road. A, you get more speed, and you don't take as much durability because you're not hitting stuff. But then if you go off-road, you can take a shortcut, but you're taking a risk. You might get jumped, but you'll also go slower. So everything's designed around that idea. And you guys want to see what this looks like without the water? That's more realistic to an actual body of water. Isn't that cool? There's like little deep spots to it. Is that shale? Or is it just wet-ass rocks? Isn't that cool, dude? It's beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful. And you can see how this doesn't have the surface breaking, obviously, because it's, you know, very calm, glassy. But the body of water outside is different. Also, and we'll slowly start to see these features. Maybe we get all of them. Maybe we get some of them. Just know that they're all pretty much coming. I can't think of an exception off the top of my head that won't be after next gen converts. Look at that, dude. The U-box, hot, dude. Jam a freaking TC in that back corner. Hell yeah, dude. So you see what I mean? Like, we have the terrain generation. We just don't have those rock prefabs yet. And I guess these are kind of mini monuments too, but yes, these broken telephone poles or whatever, this will be part of the zipline system. How they interconnect. I guess you would call it a poor man's transit system, a poor man's train system. Are you in PC right now? Yes, yes. We're just showcasing some of the stuff that we have currently seen on the donut map. And some, we're trying to do some comparison reconstruction so we can kind of tell where they're at. One of the biggest things we found already, we took a break, so I might as well show you. And this is cool. The river starts like really tiny up here. Oh, is that like bugged out? Okay, that terrain glitch. It's like dry up here, but watch as the river starts to go further, it gets wider, and you see the opening cuts to. There's actually another terrain glitch up here, but you see it's getting wider. Beautiful. More opportunities for us to skis on those water areas. Oh, did they fix it? No. Okay, that's where the junction is. This is lifted off the ground, I think. Oh, they fixed it? No. They did. Okay, great, good. See, dude, they're on it. You see how like the train system kind of interacts with it and weaves in and out? How cool is that, dude? Imagine hauling cheeks with a bunch of scrap. You know what I mean? You're like, I got my first Timmy. And you're like, let's rip it. Right? Like, come on, dude. You imagine just having a little shack here and you're like, is that a train? Yes. You're just fishing and some dude comes ripping by and some people are chasing him. Awesome. Freaking awesome. Road system intertwining with the railroad system. Do you see how the water is like slowly, it's following the edge of the map too? Dynamic. This isn't yet. Not to say that we won't get it, but essentially we have some of the surface tension stuff, but like none of the deformation stuff. Still good, an improvement, but like you see how it still looks muddy and flat? You see how like crazy beautiful this? Hang on, we'll show you here in a sec. Time. What do we have? It was like, was it dusk? It's like 18 to 5. Now, what's the calendar year in this game? Okay, so it's gonna be later, right? Because it's summertime. No, it's too dark. Oh, dude, yeah. He says, I swear this is going to be my favorite part. Dude, they're so much fun. Look how beautiful. And these rocks that stick out on the shoreline. Also great opportunities for skiing, base building. Just like, you know, you hear some guys get shot and you're like, oh, shit. And you just take a duck. It's all happening. So you see what I mean? Like, I've done a lot of progress, yes. But, like, you can see in the environment, there's like a haze. We don't have that layer yet. See how, like, kind of clear that is? Yeah, we have some of that reflection coming off the surface. But look how beautiful this is. Watch, I'll get on the ground so we're at scale here. There's our boat. Dude. Bloom. Look at the deformation of the water is crazy. The waves are coming in. Watch, we'll spice it up a little bit. Oh, I think I have to make it reals for realsies. Server times could take a second for it to catch up. And then weather dictates how the chop happens, so we'll just say heavy. Takes a second for it to catch. Here on the shoreline, but you see how the water is like breaking up. We talked about this earlier, but things in the water will slowly come to shore. You get out here, it starts to get crazy. We don't have that yet. We have some of the, like, think of it as a plane, and we have different animations and transparencies and layers at work here. We're interacting with the sun, but we don't have the bloom. We don't have the deformation. We have the foam and stuff, and that's cool. That's an improvement. But you can see just how deep this goes. I hope so, Jay. I hope so, dude. I'm with you, dog. Just gorgeous, right? Like, stupid. Yeah, I think my driver screwed up one of my settings. I'm getting like frame loss. I can feel it when I'm moving around. Yeah, Unity sucks. Now, if I turn off a lot of details, obviously it'll be like super smooth, but... See that storm brewing back there? Dude, ridiculous. Yeah, there's so many moments when the engine's firing on all cylinders and you go, wow, this is beautiful. People are trying to kill me right now, but this is gorgeous. So you can start to see like that layer of depth isn't quite there yet for us. Now let me try to get the sun in a better place so it's more realistic. Probably 17. Give it a second. The server's going to hit the tick. There it goes. Let's clear the weather up a little bit. Or all the way. Where's our sun at? It's just coming up, or is it just going down? I haven't checked the layers and stuff for like the environment, like the sun and the skybox. I can only see, yeah, it looks like it's missing quite a bit. Yeah, you see how it's like, we're blind. Like, we could see it there, but... Also beautiful. Hey, yeah, Unity really sucks at. Oh, we kind of have it, but like, you see how much more pretty this is? It's a good example. Like, I'm not saying they're not going to get there, but... Also, another example we saw from here is the lighthouse light is moving, which is also cool. Admin powers, engage. Sunset's so beautiful. I might catch myself sunset watching the next... Yeah, dude. There's so many times where you're just chilling, and then someone kills you, and you're like, I mean, I'm not even that mad about it. Unity is a beautiful engine. It's just dog shit for performance. And there's other technologies that I think 6 may be caught up with now, but Unreal Engine's so far ahead of the game, but it's beautiful. I mean, back in the day when they made the pivot to like an engine, or to switch it, this was a good option. But now, you know, Fortnite's a thing. Epic is making so much money hand over fist. They developed it so far. It's a different game now. Like, not a different game. I mean, it is, but it's a different environment. So if they had to make the decision now, they would not pick Unity. That's confirmed by Mr. Gary. And let's not forget, server transfers aren't a thing yet on PC, but they will be. That's what the ferry terminal's for. So imagine taking your car full of loot, locked up, all your valuables, and you go to your boyfriend's server and be like, yo guys, let's clap some jigs. The bloom makes this look so ridiculous. And then somebody hits you in the head. Pow! But this is where it's heading. No doubt in my mind. I forget what other games on console that uses Unity. Remember, we'll have an updated version of Unity, and we have a system, and the code will be made for the next-gen stuff. Now, I'm not saying we're not going to see some hiccups. I'm sure we will. But as they start to really lean into this and develop for just the next-gen stuff, we're going to start to see it lean towards this. So you can see a real difference. Progress, yes. But we're not there yet. Rust 4K. It's gonna be nice. Yeah, dude, it's beautiful. And you can see like and again, I want to have more accurate discussion about this because I don't remember exactly what the different the layers are for this. I'm gonna have to go kind of look it up again. But that's what I'm talking about, like the environmental layer for this. The haze, the bloom, the way the water's moving. You can see it's more vibrant. It's not as flat, it's not dull, it's not muddy. When you look at these, in my opinion, muddy. Like, just as half. Muddy. Looks good. We have some nice reflections here. I think this is actually further along than the trailer. Like, this trailer, I don't think is accurate to this. This looks more accurate. I don't know if we have the deformation, because this is kind of like a height map trick. But definitely better. But you see how it looks muddy? Server transfers will be sick. What's up, Peanut? Do we know when? No, we don't. They haven't even announced it yet, but we're kind of jumping the gun saying that it is, because let's be real. We're going to have to pay money, so there's going to be a beta for sure. Where are they at? In a winter biome in this? Let's try to recreate this. Okay, let's go find the winter biome real fast. Yeah, this way, the first thing I noticed when I saw this was I was like, yes, it's nice, but we're missing, like, do you see how the environment here is just kind of flat? And that's why I think people are like, oh, there's like a filter on this. I'm like, the environmental layers to this, and I forget what it's called in this Unity and in this game, but it is kind of like a filter. It's how the game runs. I don't think anybody was being deceitful, but there's more to these layers to make it look beautiful. I mean, even over here in a relatively boring area, there's still pop, there's range. They had to remove those layers in order for the old systems to run it properly. I mean, dude, what? Look at this. The sunsets and sunrises are some of the most beautiful sunsets, dude. And you're like, wow, people are trying to kill each other. Look at this. The winter biome feels the same way. You just like, it's like isolating out there. It's kind of quiet. It's dope. What are we doing? We're trying to find a winter biome real fast. That cove looks cute. Is that... you probably do right there. I don't remember what the TP command is. I don't think we had one as a hotkey, so we're going to fly it. So yeah, and here's the thing. When they catch up to a lot of this stuff, we won't be that far behind PC. Let's not forget. We're talking about in the future, right? So a lot of the stuff, you know, we're not going to have to wait a year, 8 months, 2 years, 3 years. How long have we been waiting for a helicopter? 4 years. I'm not mad. We won't have to wait that long. The heck is that glowing thing? Really? Those were the lights for the bunker? No way. Wow, the render range on that's really far. There's been a lot of advancements on this particular version to help with the net translation for the net code, not net translation, the net code for flying vehicles. Really far rendering ranges. Let me get up really high. I know we're seeing some details pop in and up, but I mean, look at the range. Yes, we're on PC, but we're going to have a much better range than what we've had on prior. I mean, do you see what I mean? Do you see the haze and the depth? It feels like there's depth between here and the edge of the shoreline. And when we look at this, I get some of that, but not enough. I feel like we have one layer, but I feel like we're missing 3. This, it's completely gone. Oh, nice, dude. The harbor. Hell yeah. All right, we're around like a lighthouse or something. We just need a little bit of shoreline. I think oh my goodness. That'll be a thing too. Look how different this is. When I took that other screenshot, hang on. We're just trying to match up screenshots and answer questions. Am I missing some? Are we good? Thanks for letting me eat earlier. I was starving. Is this the one we're looking at? What was I standing on? It's changed a little. I think I picked the backside, right? This isn't the same one. Try to match up the harbors so we have more accurate shots. Wow, this changed so much. I don't think I have a point of reference I can stand on. I'll just try to line it up the best I can. Right, don't have a good point of reference back there. Maybe I don't. Yeah, so much of this has changed. Cool though, right? We're gonna make it middle of the day for reference, and then we gotta clear it up. My guess is weather and stuff will probably be a little bit later. I think they're trying to focus on real feature-rich, content-rich, because they're gonna have to sell this, right? They don't be like, hey, these flowers look cooler, and you're like, I don't care. Yeah, I was hoping this harbor wasn't in the winter biome. Says, how are you? Hey, what's up? So what do you think about the next gen Rust? Dude, I'm excited for it. Whew, dude, something's up with my frames. What did I do to myself? No, there's no official word on the beta as of right now. But we're gonna hear something officially, probably price, what's in it, and if there is a beta in April. We're guessing the beta might kick off somewhere late April, maybe May. That's our guess, based off of what we've seen so far. Brother, I don't have a good point of reference for the freaking harbor. I thought at least we had that one building in the back, but I guess we don't. Whatever, that's a bad point of reference. Let's put the, what do you call it, down, the tugboat back here. What do you think? Do you think the UI is going to change to look more close to the PC version? Probably. I mean, if we just put it here with the sun dropping in, I think it's pretty much says exactly what we need to know. Yeah, you're going to see what I'm talking about. Ugh, what a bad drop. It'd be cool if we could now get drops, though, with that new version. But usually face punch drives that. I'm not really sure how all that's going to shake out. Okay, can you see a difference? Right. I know we don't have it exactly the same, but just to kind of show you some of the detail. Probably need to move this up a little bit, but you get what I'm saying. Pretty much anywhere on the map when you're on the new stuff just feels beautiful anywhere. Is this console? No. I wish. I freaking wish. Not yet, my friend. Not yet. But we're this is essentially our next gen version is going to slowly start to look like this. We're just trying to get a sense of how far along they are, and do some comparison. Very excited for the next gen stuff, though. Very excited. Okay. Why is it not calculating it? I'm in range. Oh, it's because I'm not touching the ground. All right, let me touch it, and then I'll drop in. Why is it not calculating it? Is the other bound box on top? What's going on? Is the server crashing? Essentially, when nothing's around, it doesn't calculate the buoyancy. And it's stuck in that state, but yet I'm sitting right now. Is the server crashing? Hold on, let me check my server. That's very odd. So you'd be like, G-Portal shit. I have never got it to stick where it's not calculating the buoyancy unless my camera is way out of whack and nothing's around it. That's very odd. Is there something under this? Old wreckage. That's despawning, right? Or is that... Yeah, that's all gone. Am I losing my mind? Did I just get the physics engine in a weird place? I mean, dude, look at this. Are you kidding me? Guys. Who wants a romantic kiss on the bow? In game. Guys, what? This is why I'm excited for the next gen stuff, because we're heading towards this. We're not there yet, but dang it. Do you pay for the server? For the server I'm on? The test server I'm on? Yeah, I pay for that. You talking about the one I'm on, my server that I run? You can pay to have queue skip, but it's free for everybody to join. Anybody can play it. Just really busy. Stop teasing me, Jade. Okay, let's try to get a little bit of the reflection off to the side. I kind of like it better when the light's hitting it. Yeah, you see what I'm talking about? Ridiculous. Look at the blues. You have that shift. Again, I'm not knocking on what they've done. We're trying to get a sense of how far. So like if you look at this side, just the left side, right? You don't have a sense of depth here. Things feel blue because everything's painted blue, but things reflect blue in different colors in the light. It feels cold as shit. Doesn't it? Dude, I just picked a random spot and we put this down. It's like a picture. Let's try to do this. Can I do it by layer? Okay, yeah, that'll work. Can we bring it back a little bit more? Is it not letting me do it? Oh, it's rescaling it. Okay, yeah, that's right. Container moved. My bad. My fault. Okay, we're finding the box size here. Right? Big change. So, PC on the left. Now, it looks like, compared to the trailer, we have a bit more bloom and like surface tension and all kinds of tessellation, I think is what that's called. I don't see it here. You know what's crazy? Oh, you know what? They didn't leave the version in there, did they? Son of a bitch. You see what we're talking about, right? And you see the old version, you go, ugh, it looks like shit. It's like, shut up and take my money. Right, so if we get, like, okay, so the new gen now here is nice, but if they get it somewhere between this, and they give us a lot of feature sets, okay, I'll drop the money. Now, we can put the sun, looks like it's not, let's try to get a better time frame for this. Admin time is 18, so it's probably 16, maybe 17. Yeah, we're pretty close with that. We had that light trail coming down from there. Okay, so I probably need to place it like right there. Okay. Give or take. But you see how it feels different though? Because it's dynamic. And not just like faking it. And again, I'm not knocking on what they did. They had to do that because the old gens literally couldn't run it. This game's very heavy on performance and hardware specs. Heavy. Heavy. Jedi knows. Man, when this spawns in, it used to do it on this surface. Now it does it at the ocean floor, which could be anything. What is the ocean floor? Is that what I'm fighting here? Not that crazy. Oh, yeah. Particle systems. They're fish. I don't have auth on that. Great. There it goes. That looks like that we have a winner. Don't give me the buoyancy error. How dare you? Do I have to hit it with something? So it interacts with it and it drops it? Heavies. I refreshed it again. There it goes. Apparently the engine is the trick. There you go. That's probably more accurate. It's almost dusk. So you can see what I'm talking about. We have some of that reflection happening here. It's hard to tell because there's not a lot of surface stuff going on here. This looks older. Obviously that's the new shit. Yeah, there's that weird haze going on there, and it might be my time window. That's what I'm talking about. I don't think that environment layer is quite there yet. That haze comes from the flat stuff that we currently have on the old gen stuff. I think they added the new things to it, but they don't have the environmental layers on it because it just feels 1800s photo. Monochromatic. Yeah, I think the proper trailer's coming in April. Because this is cute, but like they didn't show that. By the way, that gun sound in the beginning wasn't either of these. Was not. I'm not sure what sound they used for that, but it wasn't those. Hey, guys, let's not forget, this is going to be a thing too, right? At some point, at some point. Siege, anyone? That's going to be so dope. And we don't have to wait as long, right? I mean, we're waiting now, like a long time. But all of this, hypothetically, theoretically, should be sped right the fuck up. Not stable enough. Shut up. Engineering table. Guys, what about this? Let's do a couple more comparisons and then we'll probably wrap it up. We're excited. We're talking about it. I'm saying look out for the beta. That's why we're in the waiting room. Literally, we're just waiting on the official announcement at this point. Uh-oh. Now what? And yes, that's the ammo for the catapult. That's crazy. Yeah, so if you're watching the beginning of the trailer, that gun sound, not any of the handmaids. I'll have Dune Awakening when it releases. Dead Side to keep me occupied until next gen. That's right. That's right. Okay, let me look at... it was harder to tell by the Oxum gas station, but when you're out in the water and you're looking into the terrain like that with the sun kind of casting through... Damn, was this the other one they put out? This isn't very good at all. You know what this looks like? This looks like Rust from 2018. Yeah, they still got it way too dark. I have to go back and do some more research because I forget what technology they put in to make that leap. You see those train rocks popping in, look. Boom, 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 boom. It's because we weren't looking in that direction for a while. A lot of people say the same things, yeah. Anvil Rock is back. Okay, well, let me check the list real quick because we might be in a good place to stop for now. Because I think what the plan is to do a little bit of Dead Side and try to go to bed at a reasonable time, and then we'll have some more goodies tomorrow. I hope we hear something tomorrow. No official word that anything's happening tomorrow, but you know, I'm always hoping. But yeah, does this stuff get you guys excited already? I mean, I know we got a ways to go, but I mean, look at the future. It's around the corner, man. Anything else anybody wanted to see? Oh, yes. By the way, when you're out here... Oh, I must have popped some of the string pool. That's what's causing it. What is dumping the... You gotta love Unity. Every now and then you get this the engine to eat shit, and you'll see like red text coming on the left side, and you just blow it out. You're like, go Unity. Oh shit! I just forgot what I was doing. I just had a stroke. The hell was I gonna show you? It was a spawn. What the hell was it? Oh yes, 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 yes. Guys, we're in the winter biome. Why wouldn't we have snow? Okay, now it feels cold. The range is very different. Right? So I'm good. You showed everything. Says I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, no problem. He says, how long did it take to load in? Very long time. You want me to show you? That's the other thing. I don't think we'll have quick loads because I have a fast SSD and all that jazz. And guess what? You see how the water is occluding the tugboat because it's moving so much? It's absolutely gorgeous. Like, you could just appreciate the different states of the game when you're just chilling. This is, whoa, what's going on here? We're showing some of the differences between what's been released so far and kind of getting a good idea of where we're at. And even between the trailer. Even if we clear the weather completely, you can really see just... It's probably closer or more accurate to the photo there. So we're getting close, but you can see how that extra environmental layer is just not there yet because it still looks extremely flat. But we're getting close. I mean, compared to what we're doing now, which is just painted surfaces and nothing else, I can see as clear as day right there. There's no, as in atmosphere, if you look between the foreground, okay, so like where my character is now and where the trees are in the distance, there's a light haze. That's what I mean by the environment. I'm sure there's a technical term, but I don't know what it is. It's subtle, right? But it gives you depth. It gives you volume. It makes you feel like what the temperature is. It occurs naturally. We're just used to seeing it. We just know that when you see this blue picture here, you go, oh yeah, that's not real. Not as good. And then you really see it when the weather stuff hits. There's been no official announcement yet on the beta, but I would assume that April is going to be the time where they tell us roughly when it's going to drop, price point, what's going to be in it, and if there's going to be a beta. There has to be a beta. There has to be a beta. Let's just do a light rain. A little drizzle. Takes a second for it to render in. There it goes. But even just looking at the water between the trailer and here, like we've got different animations on the flat surface, but nothing's deforming it at all. Just in our little storm example we did here, it'll take a second for it to kick in, but you can see if I get the camera low, you can see how the water's kicking around the... This smooths out when you get to the shoreline, but you can start to see the waves in the distance. Even when you clear up completely, there's still some ripples that come in. See? So I'm not saying we're not going to get it. We're trying to get a sense of how much they've gotten done. Maybe some of it comes, you know, a few months after the next gen release. Again, that's cool stuff I'm looking forward to in the future. If it looks like this to start and we have a lot of content pieces, I'm good, and they have to stay to the monthly drops, and they stay on it. I'm good. Like that's where I want it to be, and communication. Because if they go dark again, you gotta let us know what the hell's going on. That's why it's like I don't want to poop on it, but when the trailer dropped, I was like, yeah, okay, like I've had better. You know what I mean? I was like, maybe you guys should wait to show something a little bit better. Again, it's like not a good representation for the amount of work they put in. Is why I was like looking at the trailer, going, yeah, it's different, but we know where it can be and where it's gonna be. I get it. They're excited. They want to let us know. Hey, I'm glad they communicated with us. To be honest, I'm happy they did that. I don't want to be a complainer, negative Nancy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You bring up a good point. Big Genny says, if an actual release is after summer, I'm going to crash. Yeah, so I think that's another big reason why the beta has to happen. I think they need it for stability reasons, because we need a decent product at bare minimum. There's really no excuse, and it'll help bridge the gap. So like if we make the purchase or whatever and we have the discount because we already own Rust, like if they give us the beta option in May, it'll hold us over. Do you know what I mean? We can get excited. It'll bridge that 2-3 month gap a lot easier. Do we think we're getting a roadmap this Thursday? I hope so. We already kind of know that part of that list that was released was most likely a leak mixed in with some random stuff so that person doesn't get caught. But our page already confirmed that some things on the list were accurate and other things weren't. I was like, okay, well. And we know they're going to have to package enough stuff for us to warrant us saying, yeah, we're going to spend $20-$30 at discount. Right? It makes sense. So we're going to get a bunch of features of something. We just don't know what yet. But we know we're keeping our skins. Yes. And the bundles people bought. Yes, yes, yes. Do you think we keep PTB if we bought it? Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't. See, look at the water go around the lighthouse. I mean, dude. Ridiculous. Did I spell it right? Am I the worst? Alright, the light should come on. Oh yeah, the freaking wolves are crazy now, dude. Watch. I'll put a foundation down, they'll jump at my face. They're insane. Set. Yeah, GTA 6, that too. Yeah, that's like a real thing. That, So watch, you'll see the light kick on. It is cool that our render range looks a lot longer. That's, part of the old... You know what? I think that's the new harbor. Yeah, because this is in front of this. Interesting. Big Gunny, you're right, dude. You see how the light kicked on? There's a lot of range in the colors, the saturation, the brightness of it. The stars popped in, right? I don't see that here yet. I don't see it here, and I definitely don't see it here. We do have the lighthouse moving. That's awesome. It looks like the new harbor, potentially. I can't really tell. I can enhance. Yeah, I can show you a couple skins. There's a lot of great skins here. You're great. What? 121? What year is it? I mean, just look at the water as we travel over it. It's crazy. This is another thing. I think cargo will dock at harbor because of the trailer. Yes. It looks like it's got the little slide piece out there. So yeah. I mean, we know we're getting it eventually. It's just a matter of when. So again, more things on the list seem real. And I know there's a Pedro, I think, said in a communication that Unity 6 isn't real. I was like, 100% it is. He goes, they don't call it Unity 6. I'm like, actually, they do. So I don't know. There's some conflicting stuff out there. I think he has come out and corrected that. But I was like, yes, there are internal date names, but also Unity 6 and Unity 5 are valid names. People use them all the time. And Unity 6 hit in October of last year. So the name's real, Unity 6 is real. And it looks like the other stuff we're seeing here, like the water stuff is getting better. It's not there yet. It looks like the new harbor. So part of the list is for realsies, and we know that if they're going to charge, we're going to have to see something cool. We're going to have to get something cool. It can't just be... Oh my goodness, that was my camera the whole time. Wow, so my actual... Wow, okay. Whew, that's crazy. No wonder I couldn't look down. I was in a camera. Did we like get weird detail when I did that? That's funny. Yeah, if you move your camera far enough away, there's certain things that won't render outside your bubble. Yeah, I could dive. Yeah, I'll show you some skins. Oh, and we were saying earlier, for anybody that's new that just popped in, if you're on the donut map and now on testing branch, I know where like old gens can see this, but that erosion system is 100% what's right here. It's like a weird in between. Let me shut it. Let's just kill everything except the train. You see how we have these like erosion rock lines? It's like we have that, but it's not the way like the current live version is. The testing branch has this weird in between. So when you see bodies of water that are kind of sunken in, fresh water, we have this kind of weird in between stuff. We don't have the new rocks or the new rock formations, but we're like in between it somewhere. So have no illusions. Donut is a testing ground for all new things that are coming. And it'll be nice if they stamp Donut out when they freeze the content updates for the old gen stuff. Because it's like there's no reason why people with old gens shouldn't be able to play the game and have it supported. Obviously, we want all the new content to come out for everybody, but it doesn't look like that's going to be a thing, so. And the junkyard that was in our custom server list. So clearly they were testing this well before they were even going to do next gen stuff. So that's another reason why we're like, you know what? You know what? They did change it. Says we need minis. I couldn't agree with you more. Some air travel would be able to board cargo. Yes. Boarding cargo to counter on a mini is the shit. Dude, I must have hit something on my settings because my frames are eating shit. I hit something. Yeah, these aren't normally in your base. Jeez, something's going on in the server or my client or something. Oh yeah, we got chickens. They need to be petted. Or they get upset. It's Megan, Willie, Jesus, Katie. Oh yeah, the bees. All relatively new stuff for the PC side, but not so far away now, is it? Not so funny meow, is it? Oops, I didn't put it on. That's just, it helps if you put it on. You know what's funny is when you spray paint this, it actually, there's like 3 variations of that helmet. What a cool way to do it, right? And there's a super rare one that I don't think they sell or it's even tradable. And I do have it as a legitimate skin. See, here, it's under a tire. Yeah, boy. Am I just getting unlucky or what? Did they change it? Am I just getting that unlucky? There's no way I rolled that 3 times, right? Right? Well, it should change unless they changed it. This one stays static, but this one looks so sick. It's a hazmat suit. I want it. Lumberjack man. Whew, dude, I gotta fix my drivers or something because those frames are terrible. What's up? Steven says, what's going on? What's going on, man? We're just showing comparisons, talking about stuff, getting excited. No official word on a beta, but we know April's probably going to be when they announce it. So, we're excited. Showing kind of, trying to get an idea of where they're at in the process. Yeah, you see how the underside of the dome has changed? Literally made, there's like a parking lot. It's literally made for vehicles. We don't have it yet. Anyways, that's probably what we're going to do for now because we're almost at 4 hours. We're going to wrap this one up in about an hour or so. We're going to probably run some Deadside on the stream. Just screwing around, having a good time. Yeah. I think an update's coming for us in like 2 weeks on console next week. I'm sorry, this week for PC. I think they're getting a new map. Also, Deadside, I believe, is a demo for everybody for 2 hours. So if you want to get it, or if you don't know, just play it. If you don't like it, you don't have to buy it. Kind of a nice change up while we're waiting. And honestly, I feel like a lot of the routes of Deadside are like the same routes that Rust shares. Or shares with Rust because dude, Rust has changed so much in the last 11 years or however long it's been. I think it's been out for like almost 12 years now. So yeah, it's freaking awesome, dude. I'm very excited for this update. We'll keep you guys up to date. Basically, keep your ear to the ground. The beta announcement's probably going to happen in April. We're going to get the some dates, some price points, and what's officially going to be in it. We pretty much know everything's coming at some point. I don't think that's really a question anymore after next gen we're converted over. We've officially ramped into it. Hopefully the communication and content throttle will be over soon enough. We're guessing that this will be September-ish for full main release, but we don't know. We're hoping it's sooner than that because GTA is lurking. So, you know, fingers crossed. We'll let you guys know. We got some build stuff happening too. For the rest of this week on Rusty Poo. We'll be running a partial wipe. Like, I got some bases running. There was something else that was going on in Rust. I can't remember what it was. But anyways, we got that going on. And we were playing Deadside in the intro. So if you guys are interested, come by for that. It's always been a good time. I think we're going to try to raid tonight. I don't know. It depends on what the boys are doing. Anyways, appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Love you, Bush.